Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boogered Up Podcast. I'm running the intro this time. Shoob, you did a great job doing it the last couple of times, but we have a special guest here. He is a Cleveland fan. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this.
Are we starting now?
Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a Cleveland fan, everybody. One of the best Cleveland fans we have ever come across. This man is decked out, ready to make sure that now, currently, tonight, Game 2 is currently going on. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to go all the way to the championship and win, and then the Guardians are going to win, and then the Browns will not win still. But don't worry, guys. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Did I jinx everything?
You're getting flicked on already,
I
bitch.
flicked on me. Everybody, we got Ryan Dalton in the studio.
Yay!
His name's Ryan, and he lives in Cleveland, Ohio, and down the street.
He's a Virgo.
His social security number's 348.
Did you do this to every guest?
71.
All right.
2894.
This is a new thing.
Damn it.
Oh, you think this is...
He really guessed it. I don't know how he did it, but he got it.
He's good. He's like Rain Man, dude. He just gets it somehow.
I get it.
Get the toothpicks.
Well, I think there's more that we need to say about Ryan. It's not just that you're a Cleveland fan. You're a funny motherfucker, dude.
I'm all right.
I think you are.
Let's clear the air here. I want to say that my intros used to be pretty fucking good, and that was when it was like Nick holding back stuff. But then once you got on the pod, I can't do an intro to save my fucking life because I'm doing an intro to that camera. Mm-hmm. But while I'm doing the intro, I'm looking at you because I'm waiting for you two idiots to go while I'm trying to talk.
Or just like, oh.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The deep throat of the mic is
put
crazy.
The whole mic in
watch
my
him.
mouth.
Watch him. This is what he does. This is what he does.
And
no
like
spit.
everybody would just be going, oh.
What does that do to you?
Arouses me.
Nice.
I mean, the guy went after it, didn't ask. He wasn't bullied into it. He just went right for
I heard
it.
the crazy.
Wasn't bullied
Not
into it.
his first rodeo.
See, I would have got hard if he was bullied into it.
Speaking about that situation, my buddy asked
Wait.
Where is this story getting tied in with another story?
Playing NCAA in the party chat,
Getting the Flyers.
homies like, would you rather have to suck one dick 10 times or 10 dicks one time? What would you guys do?
Wait, in like one sitting, you're blowing 10 dudes?
All right, gotta go. Thanks for it. Had a good time, man. This is worth the drive.
But no, he's like, his
Drive to the other
was,
side of Ohio to be asked if you would suck a dick or not.
In a basement. No clear exits. Lots of stuff to trip over.
And multiple dicks in the room.
multiple wheels. But no, he said,
Dude, you imagine he goes, would you rather suck one dick or 4 dicks? And just stares at him as there's 4 other dudes
we all
in the
should have
room.
got quiet and just been like,
Just stare at him.
Bad, Nick. You prematured the question.
my fault. But no, he said one dick 10 times. We're all like, oh, why do you say that?
yeah, you get to know the guy, so you're probably going to find out what he likes and make him bust quicker.
Yeah, dude, that's so much easier.
That's exactly what he said. He's like, the first time's going to be a learning experience, and then I'm a quick learner.
Yeah.
And he's like, the next 10 times is going to be like cakewalk, done in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, damn, we're crazy.
Damn, he's very confident in his dick sucking abilities if he's saying 3 minutes. That
Shout
just
out
seems very quick.
We would be the best.
Don't say we.
No,
Don't say we.
Hear me
He
out.
said don't
Hear
say
me
we.
out. Hear me out on this take. Mm-hmm. We don't know girls. We know guys. Know how to work a pee-pee because we have pee-pees. We'd probably be great to pee-pees. I'd imagine that gay dudes having the coitus is probably pretty nice because they already know what they're doing because they got one. We don't know what we're doing with vaginas. I imagine it'd take a couple rounds of that pee-pee before you become an expert.
How about them Guardians, Matt?
He just does it. We don't. Okay. We don't know what we're doing.
Don't make me look like
we
that.
only know dicks.
I know you're looking at me to join this discussion. Ain't happening.
He's with me.
I was like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, it's usually how it starts. He says some random ass shit, and then we're like, all right, let's dive into that. He once compared a vagina to a bone-in ham, and we tried our best.
Forgot about that.
We tried our best to figure out what the fuck he was talking about.
I mean, ham, I get bone in.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
If we take the bone out.
Yes, bone out. Now we're having
Maybe.
a discussion.
Right.
Yeah, we're right there. We're talking consistency. It's a moist meat. You know, it's
Naturally
never
salty.
dry. And if it is, you throw it out.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn it.
You can overcook.
That was
it.
really good. That
Oh,
was
so
heavy.
it's salty. Let's call it what it is. It's a salty meat, you know?
It's one of the
He
best
just
meats.
redeemed you
Thank
from
you.
close to a year ago. of you saying one of the things that everyone was like, what the fuck is Nick talking about? Ryan comes on the podcast and he's like, what my friend's trying to say here.
Well, my friend's actually trying to get in
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work like that. It's not fast enough, you know? It runs in second gear. Transmission's a little thrown off.
Clutch is busted.
Just haven't gotten it fixed.
No, I get it, man.
Timing's off. It's just,
Timing chain. Damn.
Sure.
Brake fluid.
I feel you, man. I feel you. It's not about it's you do things sometimes that mess up your thought. Like I'm working a lot with social media right now, and I made a discovery about it. Is that at the end of the day, after working with social media, like I feel dumb, and I feel like a shame and a sadness, and then I'm like, what is wrong with me? Am I coming down with something? Do I need to see a doctor? But then I'm like, I've never felt like this. And then I was like driving here, and then it hit me. I was like, when was the last time I felt this bad? And I go, you ever had a day where you jerked off entirely too much?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you blew past the national average early. Yep. And then you were like, let's keep this party going. And then the last time you're like, why'd I even do this?
You're like, it kind of hurts.
And then what happens is because you've just robbed yourself of all of your dopamine. You're out of dopamine, and your sadness is now matched by your depression.
Your brain is mashed potatoes.
And that's social media.
And your
social
dick is dry
media.
heaving.
Suck off your dopamine.
Put that on a fucking shirt.
Hell yeah.
God damn, that was bars for
So
one. And for two, I have robbed myself so many
It's
times.
evil, dude. It's evil.
I
Shut
never
it
thought
off.
of that.
Put a
can't-
timer on your phone if
on
you're
it.
doing it. Just don't.
So is this your...
Well, I'm talking
is
about
this-
the jerk off. I'm not talking about
Oh, no,
social
dude.
media. I'm only talking about the jerking part. That makes so
Is-
much sense.
Is this like the first time you've had the realization of what they are calling brain rot now?
Yes, and it is to the point because, and I'm only doing it for work. Like I'm doing that thing where I've actually, like cultivated the social media. Like I keep all the evil away. I'm just focusing on the stuff I need for work. But then even at the end of the day, my head right here hurts to the touch.
Yep.
And it is bad for you. It's
Oh, yeah.
no bueno. And this is even just reading clips. It's designed to take what pleasure centers you have and just squeeze them out.
Yeah.
It's bad stuff.
It's addicting.
Anyway, follow
It
me
is
on.
addicting. I like watching people get knocked out on social media.
What a transition, dude.
I know how to fix you get that rush back by watching people get knocked the fuck out in the street.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
just like, oh, fuck, he got his clock clean, man.
I mean, it is.
up the
We're bringing
road.
back bum fights. We're doing it
Oh,
here in the
let's
basement.
go,
Let's
dude.
bring back bum fights.
Fucking...
Wouldn't this basement be a perfect spot for it?
I mean,
bum
also that and hiding a body.
brother?
That's
Yeah.
That's in the
these
yeah.
old houses have a lot of.
over.
My grandmother is from Fostoria, Ohio. We were talking about my
Folk
dad grew
town?
up there, and they have these basements that you're like, okay, we're in the basement, and then you're in another room, still in the basement.
Yep.
Going back, that's the
Yep.
boiler room. There's another basement room.
Boiler
How
room
is there a
is scary.
basement in the basement?
Yep.
A lot of hiding places, a lot
There is,
of
dude.
lot of secrets.
Lot of secrets. Lot of room to hide from tornadoes,
If the walls
Yeah.
could
which
talk.
has been a problem over the last couple years.
Oh, this last year,
Dude,
yeah.
we didn't even bring it up last episode, and I was so fucking mad about it. This town actually got a tornado
Yeah.
in it like 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Was it EF1?
something
Was it
like that.
EF1 or EF2? Something like that.
So it's a small enough town to where there's a tornado siren goes off for a fire.
Yeah.
So a volunteer fireman gets called out, and it goes off like 3 or 4 times earlier in the day
Loud
because
as
it's
shit.
pouring down rain. There's wind like crazy. There's fires everywhere.
the fire was in my backyard the last time that happened,
Yeah, that's
which
actually
was
very
insane. And I
true.
don't even live in this town.
The tornado goes off at like 2:30 in the morning, and nobody fucking knew because the tornado siren did not go off for the tornado.
Somebody forgot to plug it in again.
Somebody was sleeping.
Earl, God damn it!
Jim forgot to charge the fucking batteries, dude. I need like 30 double A's.
Never get these things. Jeez.
You can see him. He just slunched over, drooling on his fucking paper.
Drunk as shit, dude.
Bailey's in his coffee cup.
Dude. God damn. But I also wanted to throw out there, because you were talking about bodies in the basement. Have you guys come across the dude in Ohio that does I always get double dashed? The guy that does the
It kicks the
pranks
fuck
and
out of his
kicks the
DoorDash.
food.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. And then he gives him like a huge tip.
Just
Dude.
gives him money.
He's
and
from
he goes-
Ohio?
Dude,
And he's
Strongsville.
been having them kick the
Strongsville.
food.
I gotta see this.
He's been asking the dashers now to kick the food.
Can we look that up, guys? Can
Dude,
we?
so...
Oh, he's already on it. Look, Hillary Duff was still pulled up.
Dude, Hillary Duff is still pulled up. It's so funny. No, so he has a wad of cash and shit, and this is why it reminded me of it, is because during the thing, he'll give the tip. He'll give like a $20 tip, and he'll be like, "I have to tell you a secret." It's like, I have 4 bodies underneath my house, and he tells that to everybody, and then just gives them like another
Terrible
20
secret.
dude. Then just gives them another $20 bill and another $20 bill, another $20 bill. And I don't know what it is, but I am so consumed with every fucking video that right here. This is what it is.
You know what's awesome is it's such an Ohio reaction from the Doordashers. It's like, oh, buddy, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to give this money away?
Fucking punch it.
Can we get some more sound on that, boys?
Oh my god.
Absolutely. You see the way he just punted it?
No, man, you deserve it. You deserve it, man. Well, is that my
This is fucking hilarious.
Oh, what a crazy timing. Here, I'll take it. Hey, look. Oh, be careful. Here, go ahead and you take a tip as well. You deserve some more.
Oh.
That's so fucked.
What'd you say? She's got 21 just drinks to the side.
The fact that the reaction was, oh.
I'm gonna give you some more. Just keep my secret safe for me, okay? Yes, I have 4 bodies underneath my house. And I'm
Cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I keep that on the low.
Why does he kind of sound like you? Oh, no.
When you die, you can't take it with you. Yes, come on, man. Dude, so this guy, I don't know what it is. I want to fucking find a way to somehow get involved in this guy's life.
He's never showed his face before that I've seen. I haven't seen any videos
So-
of him with like his.
Yeah.
Oh, you could stop the video now. So there was one video that he just recently posted that he is begging this person with tinted windows to try and take the money and his reflections in the mirror. And I'm thinking about potentially on a day off when I am so bored, which I'm never fucking that bored, but if I can get that bored, to go watch for the reflection and go down to Strongsville and just start strolling around a little bit and then find that fucking neighborhood and then just watch it in real
Why don't you
life.
just try to DoorDash down there?
I could.
Oh, shit,
I don't
yeah.
have DoorDash on my shit,
Have
but
it happen to you.
yeah.
He's
Dude,
just dashing all day. He's like, fuck, when is this guy going to show up?
yeah, I just
Makes like $300.
casually banking out, just waiting for the fucking dash. And I finally get him at the end. I'm like, dude, honestly, at this point, I don't even fucking care.
Yeah.
Kick the dang thing. Let's go.
I just want to go to
I've
bed.
worked 10 hours. I still got an hour and a half drive home.
I want to go to bed so bad right now.
Can I have my tip?
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys have seen that. That's been all I've watched recently.
Yeah, they've been pretty
it's
funny.
fucking great.
I mean, it's fantastic. I love that it's not just he has to be a dick to reel him in, but at least rewards the people for being punished.
There's so much money.
Tax free. Tax free.
Like gives
Oh,
like
there's Hillary
Just keep
Duff.
Hillary Duff up there.
Yeah. Scroll down. Oh.
I used to when I lived in Los Angeles. I moved back from Los Angeles last year to Cleveland because I have to take care of my folks. They fucking got old. Ugh. And you know, I'm there. I mean, I know they didn't ask, and I have to. So I did, but when I lived there, I did Uber. I Ubered, and no, I mean I Uber Eats. I did Postmates and stuff like that, and and twice in the same day delivered the morning after pill to 2 different girls.
No way.
The first one was a mansion in Beverly Hills that looked like something out of an early 90s hip hop video. And there were some bad rides in there. And like when this little girl came, I was like, I need to get out of here or I could get fucked up. Like there are some heavy pipe hitting motherfuckers in there, and I gotta go. And I threw the pill, like, here, you know what you ordered, you know. And she got like gummy worms too. Like come on, you know what you ordered.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
gummy worms,
Kill a
gummy
baby.
worms, and Plan B.
I was like, I gotta go. That was scary. I mean, doing that here in Ohio is one thing, but like, dude, it's like you pull that shit in Los Angeles, you're gonna
Yeah.
get stabbed.
oh yeah,
Somebody will be like, nah, man,
It is the
I don't care, and
scariest
I'll take
place.
all that money too.
it is the scariest place I've ever been to.
It is no
LA?
joke.
Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
Yeah, LA is.
What did you go
it's-
down there for?
It's gorgeous for architecture. I went because I'm a comedian. Why do you think I went out there?
Fucking.
I was literally so confused while you asked that question. He said architecture. I'm like, wait, is he really
No.
Yeah, me too.
the hard hat?
No.
Are you really a
Like,
fucking
hold up.
architect?
No, it's
Well, I mean, the conversation we had prior was really fucking interesting. I didn't know know if he did some fucking cool stuff.
Well, I moved into cool stuff and
fucking
but
trying to be fun with the
I went out
guys.
there
I'm
because I was a
sorry.
comedian. I'd worked the road. There's certain, at least technology's changed now where you don't have to leave. You can just find your audience as you have found your audience from this amazing town here in not quite Sandusky. And it's
That hurts so bad, dude.
What the fuck did he just say?
it was a little shade. No.
I dropped my rogue. I tried putting my rogue in my mouth, and it fell out of my mouth because he said that.
Little behind the scenes here. We're all from a town, not this town. We're all from Fremont, which is.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. I know about Fremont.
Yeah, so we're all from there, and we fucking are such big rivals with Sandusky. So for you to say
I
that
believe it.
was like, fuck.
As I cross the city limits, and all of a sudden, John Cougar Mellencamp's Little Pink Houses started playing, and I think it's geo located how that happens. I knew that was the case. I'm like on Friday Night Lights, this shit gets vicious out here.
Dude.
You're legit. You have no idea. I wasn't a football player. I was in the fucking stands. We were fist fighting, motherfuckers.
Dude, yeah, I
Especially when it
believe
came to Finley. It was
So you guys were more rivals with Finley. We were still Sandusky. So it was.
I made a gang sign for how much I hated them. I just
They had to.
spit out the whiskey. I'm so sorry.
They had to.
I was throwing
extend,
this shit up the entire. I don't know what this stands for. Could get in trouble, but that meant
Yeah, probably stop doing that. They had to extend halftime for the Fremont Sandusky game, and cut halftime in half so Sandusky could go down. They could not have us intermingle no more,
Right?
Because it got so bad. But also, we would get our shit kicked in by Cleveland Benedict every year, and they'd bring a fucking tiger cub. I'm like, you guys want to flex that you have money? Fuck you guys, and then drop 50 on us. It was terrible.
And way to bring an exotic animal. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of treatment was
released
that
it.
little bad boy getting? Yeah.
They were just probably smacking his little tiger ass.
Small town Ohio.
Well, I mean, half the kids went there just to see the tiger cub.
Was this back when the spot heading towards Toledo still was up and running too? When you were able to have the Cubs and all this shit and the Tigers?
Oh,
Before they all got they all broke out and
Yeah.
started.
no, that guy fucking.
Released them. I think.
Well, yeah, he
And then was like,
yeah, he
"Be
opened them
free."
up, and then they.
Well, he was like, be free, and then
Yeah.
could you imagine if he was like, and then be free? That's a ghost. Not cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Tiger
way
ghost.
cooler of a story. I got to be honest with you.
Tiger Ghost.
Way fucking cooler.
Yeah, dude. I guess like statistically, there's more Bengal tigers in Ohio than there is in the wild or some shit like that.
I mean,
Like,
this guy's wearing a Bengals hat when we walked in here today.
Yeah, dude, who they? You know what I'm saying? Oh, plus
who they said they're gonna steal another fucking fuck you, Travis.
It's so funny. It's just nothing but sadness that reeks off of your body, but it's okay.
It's not sadness. It's not sadness. It's called history. It's called history. It's called a real football organization. One of the
What, the Baltimore
founding
one?
teams. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, dude. At least when they moved the fucking Browns, Pittsburgh fans had enough class to wear orange and brown fucking armbands. And meanwhile, Cincinnati's like, well, we just are a team because Paul Brown couldn't get it done in Cleveland no more.
That was a spite team. The Cincinnati Bengals were a spite team.
You
He's like,
copied
"I'm
our
gonna bring
fucking jerseys.
They literally have the same color scheme, and he went down there and he was like, I'm gonna win down here. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I know a spite when I see it.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
all
he's
that
like-
was.
I'll
Feels good
move
being
down
on
to-
the winning side.
I'll move down to fucking Kentucky because people are too dumb to realize that it's the same fucking color scheme and it's the same fucking jerseys.
Kind of funny.
You ever been to Cincinnati? It fucking sucks.
It does suck. I don't
Everything's
nice.
fucking dreary.
I like it.
And people have summer teeth.
like kids are like born with neck tattoos.
Yeah.
It's
What
weird.
does
Yeah,
that
dude.
mean?
What?
It's awful.
What does summer teeth mean?
Summer missing, summer brown.
Summer here,
summer
summer there.
here, summer there. You've never
You've never
heard
heard
summer
that?
teeth?
You never
No.
heard summer teeth?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
That's good.
It's
Not
from
gonna lie,
Mountain
it's not
Dew.
wrong.
Always gets a
Meth.
laugh.
It does.
Not
Always
gonna
gets a
lie.
laugh.
Also,
Mountain
like
Dew and meth.
Mountain Dew, meth, domestic violence. What more do you need? That's
Skyline
culture.
chili.
What? Yeah, what the fucking? Ugh.
Dixie chili.
It's so gross.
I ain't gonna lie, that is not that good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
not
you.
that guy.
Thank
Not
you.
that guy.
I mean, I
not
could
that
kill 3 cheese conies right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Honestly,
Damn,
could
we
have.
should have had him get here earlier and fucking take him to Woody's, dude. Woody's is the fucking best Coney dogs.
We're gonna talk about food 20 minutes into this pod, then be
Maybe.
hungry the rest of the fucking time.
Maybe, dude.
Can we talk about like how our Easters went?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
dude.
you know,
I mean, you brought up ham earlier. You know?
I smoked a ham, and I just
I
wanna,
knew when he said that,
I
like he
just
just
wanna
wants to
sh-
talk about how he smoked the ham right now.
I mean,
just-
that's pretty sick.
Did you take the bone
Let me
out?
see that.
no.
Look at that vagina ass.
Ooh.
ham. No, that looks. God.
Look at the
damn.
color.
That's a good ass ham.
I love that.
Smoked it for like 5 hours.
Hey, can we throw heavy breathing subtitles at the bottom of this part of the episode? Just no, because we can't have the two fat guys in the room breathing at the same time, dude. It's not gonna work.
They're gonna be offset.
great.
Alternate,
Yeah.
so it sounds like a chainsaw.
Well, I want to go back before all of that happened. We was talking about L.A. and we was talking about the transfer
yeah.
coming back here. How long were you down in L.A.?
I was 9 years, almost 10, and that's when I was like, I gotta get back and help out. And I was out there for comedy. I lived in Hollywood. I lived like right off Sunset, right across from Hollywood High, and right there by the In-N-Out. 2 miles from my front door was the Comedy Store.
Nice.
And beautiful but dangerous. Like it's like.
Yeah.
I was always very clear to people who visited us. I was like, look, it is beautiful, but if I say keep your head on a swivel, you need to keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
I had rules. There's no walking around at night. Like, I mean, and this is something I would tell my wife is like, I mean, and here's the thing. It's like you live in Hollywood, everything is so close. You're like, oh shit, you could just walk to the store. You could walk here. It's beautiful. Like, dude, the amount of things that I couldn't even begin to imagine that I've seen just in front of my front door,
From people
which
just
was
walking.
people just walking. And you have to keep in mind, I had a fence, and then I had a motorized gate, and then as a Midwesterner, I knew I had to make best friends with the landlord. I said, we are going to be best friends, and you may not like it, but I know how to fix shit. That way I'm going to save you on your maintenance bill, and then I'm going to keep an eye on all these other renters so that you don't have to worry. And then it was off to the races. So in case that motorized gate broke, the second that thing breaks, one of these homeless raccoons, like that you would see one of these people and you'd be like, when were you ever a human? Like, at what point? At what point there was a person, and when did that turn into what I'm looking at right now, which is it looks like a zombie bit you 20 years ago, and you're still walking these streets, and you would find them. The second that gate broke down, they would just ooze their way into your space, and now you're with a broom, just like pushing them out as they're like, and you don't want to touch them because they got knives and shit. You gotta get them out of there, man.
Damn.
Like this house that we're in right now, you need a rampart around it. That's what you need to like survive and live in Hollywood, because people,
fucking moat.
you'll wake up and there's just a dude on your step.
Yeah.
And it's like, we were lucky enough to have like a little oasis in the middle of that. Like I had a front yard, and then we put like vines and shit, and made all the plants do all the privacy and stuff like that, because it's like these home, like I had a grill. I mean, as you all
Gotta
do,
have a
smoker,
grill.
gotta have a grill. And I brought my Weber out there, and I'd be cooking, and I'd be like, all right, and then all of a sudden I hear through these vines like, yo man, let me get one of them wings. I'm like, what the fuck? What was that? And then all of a sudden, Russell. And it was just like some dude like with no like teeth and like a black eye, one missing the other one, just like, yo, let me get some of your food. It was like a nightmare. Yeah.
And he was in your yard?
No, he couldn't get in the yard because of the iron rod fence that was around.
But he was like trying to like talk to you and
yeah,
stuff?
let me get one of them wings. And I'm like, this is on the regular, man. It was part of
Throw
life.
him a raw chicken wing.
Like it's a different animal out there.
It was 100% culture shock for me, because I've had buddies that have lived out in LA, and like I told them, I was like, oh, I'm staying at the Lowe's Hotel and like all that, and they're like, oh, it's awesome there, and like I didn't realize as soon as you leave that like courtyard area, it's like a free for all on fucking Hollywood Boulevard. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's Fury Road.
Is it Fury Road?
Yeah, it's Fury Road, especially during the pandemic, because the cops had their hands full. Yeah, and there's just so many of them, and it was just like, these cities would just grow up outside, and there's nothing you can do. They don't have enough resources to move it about. So And as they grew, much like something out of Waterworld or Mad Max, like their infrastructure would grow, and some of these tents would now have wooden exoskeletons, and they would find power somehow, and it was like you were watching a homeless sim grow up, you know.
Dude,
I'm serious.
That's so good.
No joke.
Dude, they would have, like, when we were driving down, we were going back to the airport, like, seeing the houses that the homeless cities were sitting outside of.
Yeah.
It was like, how the fuck can someone afford a house like that and they still have a whole homeless community borderline in their front yard right outside the fence? Like, just like you explained, like, it was the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
And it's so not worth it in that regard. And like, dude, at one point the fourplex we lived in went on the market. It was when I love this. I'll never forget this. At one point it went on the market for $1.8 million. Now at the beginning of not this last season, but this the 2 seasons prior, we were trying the Indians were trying to get they were trying to get a free agent, and on ESPN they showed the stat, and my apartment goes up for $1.8 million, and then they show that the Indians their budget was $975,000 to sign a big free agent. I was like, God damn it, you Dolans.
Yep.
That's
They ain't gonna spend no goddamn money.
Yeah, and I laughed so hard. I'm like, man, that's not even what our place costs,
Yeah.
and they're trying to sign a free agent.
It was probably some 16-year-old kid from the Dominican Republic or something that lied on his birth certificate, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, fucking 900,000, we'll get him."
Sure, he's in the farm system.
Sure.
knows how to play.
This shirt part got me.
No, one of the first nights I was ever in LA, I'm walking out of the hotel. We cut around the corner. There was like a boxing gym on the corner that was like by a Foot Locker or something like that. And then we get like someone had a news alert that was like, "Oh, there was a shooting at LAX or something like that." And I'm like, "Oh, we just fucking left there. Like, that's insane." So like, of course, I'm like sitting there thinking like, okay, maybe, you know, it's Hollywood. It can't be this crazy. Wake up the next morning, dude. Lady shitting on a window. 8 o'clock in the morning. Saw a dude at noon that same day. Fucking tourists taking pictures. He's just fucking laying on the sidewalk stroking, dude.
Yeah, man.
Nobody says anything.
Nope.
Is LA where the dude took out the gas pump and shoved it up his ass? Do y'all remember that video that just came
Oh,
out?
Tim? Yeah, that's my boy.
What?
Yeah, we were talking about Easter, dude. He came over.
You never had an unleaded douche up your asshole?
Let it do.
Dude,
No,
no.
only
High
premium.
test now.
Only
Don't
Do you
spare.
guys know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The guy that was the bigger dude jerking his dick and put the pump
Yeah.
in his ass?
Yeah.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
LA?
yeah. Probably.
I mean,
I just assume everything that is
Because
crazy
everybody
is going
talks about
on.
like Ohio and Florida, how like unhinged that is, but like I think that like
I
LA,
think Austin's pretty unhinged too.
I feel like LA has to be
Yeah,
in
'cause
that
everyone's
realm.
moving there.
No,
As a
no,
person
LA's
that's been there.
I think it's different levels of unhinged. Like when you think of Florida, you're like, oh, that's a Florida guy,
I think
and
of Spring
that's an
Breakers.
Ohio guy. But no, the scariest parts of watching society crumble in front of your eyes are in Los Angeles. I never hung out in San Francisco, but they say it's worse. I don't understand it how it could be worse because at least they have the cold, and that the cold is why our homeless situation in Cleveland that keeps it in check because you're gonna die if you stay outside,
Yeah,
especially after
fair.
this last winter. But
yeah.
dude,
That's fuck cold.
worst thing I ever saw, I was going to the supermarket. I walked in the supermarket. There was a guy sitting at a bus stop. He had a blanket. And the only way I can describe this to you is one of two things happened. He either passed out and fell into a fire or someone lit him on fire the day before. Because literally like Two-Face from Batman,
Yeah.
this whole side was charred with blood coming off. It looked
my
looked
God.
like they cooked him like that ham that you just, I'm not joking,
Holy
except
shit.
you burnt it. And I literally I still to this day can't get that image out of my head. And that was walking the streets every day.
Is that getting you?
I visited Toledo Maximum. I'm a fucking gag. I know it. I visited Toledo Maximum Security Prison
Ryan
when I
has
was a
no
kid.
idea about this about you. He's looking at you very confused.
Sensitive tummy.
Sensitive tummy?
Yeah, real bad.
I'm sorry.
Sensitive
No,
tummy?
it's okay.
I'm sorry I tell such a good story.
Dude, I watched him like go like, and I was like, wait, are you about to do it from that thing? From I don't
The
think.
reason why I gagged is because it made me think about with the boxing gym. We would go visit Toledo Maximum Security Prison, and this guy walked past one time, and he was just like he looked freshly burnt. He set himself on fire in his cell because He was tired of being a crackhead or some shit like that. That's what the guard told us. And I was,
yeah.
being like 15 at the time, I'm like, you just stop smoking crack. You don't have to set yourself on fire,
Yeah.
But like his healing wounds, like obviously the guy's burnt from head to toe. He was in a trauma unit and shit like that. It wasn't fresh, but like his wounds just, oh God, dude, I fucking couldn't eat when I got home that night.
Yeah.
I just couldn't stop thinking, I'm going to gag.
Fuck. Was it the smell? Did you?
No, shut up. You don't got to go that far.
Yeah.
No, it's the way he looked, dude.
Thank you,
he
Cody
looked like
Ray.
a fucking.
Thank you, Cody Ray.
He looked like a scab. He just looked like a scab,
Yeah.
dude.
Half his body was a big giant black scab.
Yeah.
So you go to LA, you do that, you come back from the parents and everything of that nature. I want to get into what you talked about prior to the episode because it seemed incredibly interesting, and I was fascinated when you were telling us about this. You were talking about that cartoon animation of F1 of some sort of this nature.
Yeah. I was saying to you because, like, dude, having a podcast, everybody thinks it's as easy as just hanging out with your buddies, and then that's the end of it. It's like, dude, I'm looking at like 3 different cameras. You got a whole lighting rig. Here's a schedule. You got to get guests. You got to edit the thing. There's a lot that goes into it.
Sucks.
It's awesome to hang out with y'all, and that's the only
Yeah.
reason why we do. Like, and the people listening that message us that say, "Oh, you guys are sick," we do it for y'all. But this fucking sucks.
It's a lot of work. It's not as easy as people think, and you got to have good sound and all these things. These things have to be checked off a list. And I knew that because I had enough friends in comedy that were doing it, and I'm just like, I don't want to be another guy who's like, tell me about the time you shit your pants, which I'll tell you about later.
Hell yeah.
And now,
That's what we're here for.
I wanted to do
sadly,
something
that's our-
different, so I was like, what could we do? Can we do an animated one? And then I'm like, I don't know how to draw, and they're like, what if we took these cameras and stuff? What if we motion captured ourselves, and then we did a podcast as characters, and then have like real live guests in it, kind of like Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
Fuck.
And I was like, I want to watch that. That's what I want to see.
That's sick.
And then we started doing it, and then like we started to see like different trends, and like the hottest sport, and I'm following it mainly because we're doing this podcast, but the hottest sport on the planet right now is F1 racing. And but if I honestly was like, whatever. And we were like, how do you make it funny? I was like, what if two guys who never heard of it were like forced to cover it? And I'm like, that's what this is. It's 2 people who are like forced to do it. And of course it goes off the rails all the time as they're calling a race. And it's called the Formula Funcast. And we do it every race day. And if it only is easy, it's the only sport where the game never starts at the same time. Like,
Can we look that up?
yeah, it's on. If you go to X and
Eye roll was hilarious.
X, it's just so funny now. It's like people are worried about which social media platform you're on.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit.
Is it only on X?
No, well, we just went
Can
that
you
way
just look
because
it up on Google?
you could. It's like but if you go to where I'm sending you, you can see all the clips from it. So it's on X, Jason Waterfalls, spelled JSON as in the computer programming language. Jason Waterfalls.
Waterfalls.
Yeah, don't go Jason. Don't go Jason Waterfalls.
Yep, that's the gag. He got it. He got it.
It's fun. It's funny because I picked that up earlier, and then there was no reaction from these 2.
That's him right there. That's me. That's Jason Waterfalls on
That's
that. Yeah, go right
crazy.
there.
Yo, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
And Jason Waterfalls is he's like a Billy Mays type, a guy who used to go, Billy Mays here, and he would just like scream at you, and he used to be one of those guys, but he retires, and like he wants to be a stand-up comedian. Unfortunately, he sucks at comedy, so he has to go back to pitching products and stuff like that. So this is his gig. We'll get there.
Yeah, eventually. I don't know what.
No, it's
I don't know
hold on.
what-
I'll tell you what the address
I think
is.
you just opened up something really bad right
Yeah,
there. It looked awful.
Your fucking
I
IP address is definitely compromised.
There we
There we
are.
go.
There
There
we
it is.
are.
Just keep on scrolling. There's a bunch of videos that are being fed through right there all the day,
So you're on the highlights part. You got to go to the post. There we are.
Yes, I got one.
Damn.
Well, that worked out well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize.
Well, I will say the photo looks crazy already in itself. So that's
Well,
animated.
his voice is based off a legend. And that's the greatest broadcast. Well, not the. Well, I say in my heart, the greatest broadcaster who ever touched a mic. That is Hammy, Tom Hamilton.
Best call in baseball.
I mean, isn't he?
Best call in baseball.
I think here's the Vin Scully. R.I.P. God bless it. He's one of the greatest ever.
And look over, I am in a booth shaped like a coin flip. Life finds a way, doesn't it? The next race. If I don't find my way home, I hope there's a return flight.
Nothing looks like a koi fish. Maybe in his swimming right now with all the racing that he missed. But it was pretty interesting.
Oh, this looks crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. It's meant to look bad. Like we go out of our way to make it look bad. Like public access bad.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
This
Me
is-
too. Like I grew up on watching like Big Chuck and Little John and stuff like that. I want things to be like a little weird, you know.
Yeah.
That is nightmare fuel. Like
Yeah.
I have bad dreams about faces that look like the guy that was in the left corner. Dude. Like yeah. As soon as I seen that, I'm like, it was like Land of Confusion fucking music video.
Yeah.
You guys ain't gonna.
But his voice is Tom Hamilton, who I think is the greatest, and I think he doesn't get the recognition in sport that he needs to get.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you hear Tom Hamilton call a game, you can smell hot dogs.
100%. You
I
can
mean,
taste the
you know
stadium
it's
mustard.
summer when you hear Tom Hamilton call a game.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things that Tom Hamilton does is in every game, in every fucking game, there's always a point where they're like, the most impossible play in baseball has to happen for you to win 4 tires from Conrad's.
An unassisted triple play has to happen.
Yeah, he's like,
Conrad's.
if the batter hits a grand slam home run off a bunt in the bottom of the 9th, 4 tires from Conrad's,
Dude.
are yours.
Your cadence as Hammy is fucking spot on, dude. That was amazing.
He is a legend. I
Oh
mean,
my
I one of the beauties of living out there is you have the MLB app,
Yeah.
and unfortunately you can't use it here. But the beauty, and they finally got it right, was that you could listen to the radio feed and watch the game.
Yep.
And then when they went over and they switched, because right about the end of the 4th, Hammy's like, I'm gonna go fucking you take over, and then he comes back in for the 6th or the 9th. And that's how you watch a game.
Yeah,
That's the best.
absolutely.
Outside of being there, it's the second best thing.
It cracks me up because whenever the Guardians post a clip of somebody going yard or a major play, something like that, the one that is viewed the most or watched the most is Hammy call.
Yeah,
it's the Hammy call
every
for
time.
it's like, dude, he does his voice, the way he talks it does something for Cleveland baseball that is just magical.
He will whip out a stat in the middle of sheer minutia. Well, here's a guy who led the American League in 9th inning doubles in the month of August. How about that? He's just the best.
Dude,
His voice is like a hug.
yeah, it is. It is. Especially when you grow up watching Cleveland sports and like it's one of those things where it's like it's synonymous. It just like you said, you smell hot dogs, you taste the stadium mustard, you're hard at the ballpark. Every bit of it.
Yeah.
Every bit of it. All because of Hammy. Ham bone. Ham, vagina, great things.
A lot of things going around to Ham in this episode. All thanks to you and your.
Bone and ham puss.
All right. There we are.
I was literally just trying to get you involved because, like, that's the longest I've ever heard him not say.
I saw him yawn, and I was like, I think Nick's crashing out in
I
a
got
bad way
it.
right
It
now.
was that dab I did before here.
I knew
I
that's
had
what
to
it
be trying
was.
to be
But
a
I'm
good
kinda-
boy. You guys got me reeled back in, though, you know. I'm the tan Peter Pan.
I've never done the dab. And I lived in Weed Central, man. I was like, nah.
Scares the shit out of
Once
me.
you whip that blowtorch out, I'm like, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did, I was scared. First time I ever did one, I was at work. I'll tell you what, that was scary because after I got done coughing,
Say
and
he's not a
stuff,
school bus driver, please. Please tell me he's not a school bus
pediatrician.
driver.
Substitute teacher.
gynecologist.
He's a crossing attendant for an elementary
I'm
school.
gonna just insert these prongs and take a look. Spread your ass cheeks. Oh my bad.
This ham looks overcooked.
My bad.
You got to probe it, see what the internal temperature is. You got to make sure.
No. I fucking love Cleveland baseball, though.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good right now.
I went to game 4 in Cleveland for the postseason against the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Oh, bro.
Wait, was that
nothing better,
big
dude.
Christmas game? You're talking about this past season?
Yes, we were down.
Was that was
the most exciting
I think
series
so.
in
We
all
were-
of postseason baseball last year. I'll fight anybody who fucking says anything different. Yeah, we lost.
Oh, the Guardians,
but
Yanks,
every one of those
100%,
games,
100%.
that was it was a fist fight
bro.
every
It was
fucking
must-see
inning.
baseball.
Even the announcers are like, "This is what this is about.
Yep.
This is what."
My
this is
favorite part was going into that to go into the World Series knowing that damn well nothing was going to touch that series.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the winner of that just so happens to get absolutely dog
I
walked.
Yeah,
love.
and we would have as well. That
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
it
100%.
It was
Nobody
not,
was touching the Dodgers like that, dude.
Nah,
it was
dude.
fucking
They
insane.
were destined to
and
win
the best
last
part
year.
was it wasn't even Shohei wasn't even the greatest part of it. It was Freddie.
Yeah,
Bro,
for sure,
I walked into the park and immediately Juan Soto hits a home run.
dude.
I was pissed.
This is
He even
another
had my
reason.
dogs in hand,
Oh, god damn it.
and he's already going yard.
Yeah, they either strike and dude, that is a massive human being. Juan Soto.
dude,
let me
he's
let me
huge.
explain. First of all, this is why Cleveland's so much better, and this is why people. I almost don't want people to hear this podcast outside of the city limits because in the course of the same night, I went on stage. Adam Ray was in town. It's 2 sold-out shows.
Hell yeah.
I go
Fucking
on stage.
phenomenal.
From there, I walk off stage. And I walk 200 feet, and I'm now in a postseason baseball game.
Oh, dude.
Are you fucking
It's the
kidding
best city
me?
in the world,
It
dude.
doesn't get better than that.
Goosebumps.
Best city
And
in the
by the
world.
way, Juan Soto is so goddamn big. I was sitting the farthest you could possibly get away from where he was, and I'm like, how can I see
He's a
that dude's
tank.
eyes
Bro,
from here?
He's built like a tank.
He looks like if a hornet was a person. He's got these shoulder blades and shit.
does.
What do you think of
It's
that?
like that fucking. I'm like, how can I see his expression from here?
You like the Soto shuffle? How do you feel about that?
Oh no, I don't know what we're talking about.
After he takes a ball, he does like this little
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah, fuck his
Yeah,
fuck his
I don't
shuffle.
like it.
I just
think
don't
it's-
like
I
them.
loved
Yeah.
when he became a free agent, and the meme was it was like Juan Soto offered $750,000 and a ballpark hot dog from the Guardians. I was like, yeah, that's about right. Like,
Yesterday, I just heard this stat that Juan Soto only has 7 hits on the year. 6 of them are home runs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's either
it's-
he slams or strikes out.
Yeah.
Judge
Yeah,
the
dude.
same way.
I don't think he's worth as much of.
it's a
Dude,
dude.
it's still early in the season for me to be saying that. I can't be. saying
Here's the thing: is it's never gonna baseball contracts never look like they're worth it until it becomes late.
What do you
in the
think about
season.
Ellie's situation? He becomes a free agent in 2027.
Hey, can we just talk about how
Sorry.
fucking
I just love baseball, bro. I think he'll be the first $1 billion contract.
the most important thing we need to
That-
talk about
you're
is the
not
fact that Manzardo,
Kyle Manzardo?
He took-
Manzardo?
dude, he
It's
took
it's
it.
Manzardo summer, dude.
Man-
Oh, dude,
Manzardo.
that mustache is for
Bro.
real.
It's a
Dude,
vibe.
he sent that
Crushing the
fucking
fucking
ball out of the park in Pittsburgh
Yeah.
against
Bro,
Skeens. Fuck yes.
Crushed it. Oh, my God.
That's another thing I
I
want to
lo-
bring up real quick, though. Then we're talking about Cleveland baseball. I hate how people try to make the Reds and the Pirates like a big rivalry for us. It's like, no, dude, it's no.
No.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like it's just football. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's no other reason. No other reason. I just want to throw that out there. Stop doing that shit. I hate it.
I really wanted to go to, if we were going to force another game, me and my buddy were going to go to New York and watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
wanna go to-
We're going to watch the
I didn't need that
the
sadness in
game
my life.
tying.
How that money spent and then knowing like,
Yeah.
no.
Well, for the game I went to, dude, our tickets, we were sat real good, dude, in left field, up along the wall. They're standing the whole time, but I didn't give a fuck.
Dude,
Nobody
that's like one
would-
of the funnest places to be in the
There was
stadium. though.
nobody above me. I was the highest right there, basically out by the bullpen, kind of, and I could see everything, dude.
Did you
Everybody-
heckle?
Huh?
Did you heckle?
Of course.
Oh, I was about
Of
to say. Just want
course.
to make sure, dude.
The energy, though, dude, when we had a rally going, J-Ram comes up, and everybody's fucking...
Oh yeah. Jose.
Oh, my God, bro. It's a different feeling.
Dude, Big
I lost
Christmas
my voice. Big
had
Christmas.
the best at bat I've ever seen.
Oh, my
first
God.
best first at bat I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. just to. I mean, it's something
Look at
out
this.
of Major
I got
League.
goosebumps.
Let me ask you.
goosebumps.
Let me ask you. That at bat, or
Rajai Davis's.
Raji Davis's
Oh my
fucking
God.
at bat.
Ooh, that's good.
That's
a
I mean,
oh
good
my
one.
God.
very similar.
For
Very
the
similar at
comedy,
bats.
I'm going Noel. The comedy was great.
Yeah.
Just swings, and that bat goes into the fucking bullpen. It's a skip. Everyone's dying. They're laughing at the dude.
Yeah.
It's a rookie. What are you going to do? It's one of the things that makes baseball great. Then he just fucking slams a home run on the next pitch. I was
It's like, did you guys forget he's Dominican? He will take this fucking yard, dude.
I mean, dude, he twists up like a cork. Like
Yeah.
when he like
His like
whole
wind-up,
torso
dude.
Yeah.
goes behind itself, and I'm just like, that dude. Is,
You would expect
so
that.
much power.
You would expect that from a smaller hitter.
Yeah.
But he's so
Like
fucking
Stephen Kwan?
big, dude.
Stephen Kwan, dude.
he's
Dude.
got legs.
Stephen
he
Kwan's
can
fucking
run.
man.
He's
And he
dangerous
can
in the outfield.
Oh yeah.
And he smokes the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude's got a fucking arm that
Oh.
I mean he can get it
Yeah.
from the deepest part of the field to home,
Oh,
no problem.
I fucking love
Like
Cleveland baseball, dude. What about Lane Thomas?
An arm
on
like
the
Glenn
IL.
Allen Hill.
it reminds me of the fucking the Shane Gillis joke. We got old Curly stepping up to the plate.
Dude, that bit is so fucking funny.
He's so great.
That bit of where Jackie knocks the twang out of the voice is so good.
Now we got a young colored boy stepping up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Oh fuck. It's so good.
Oh, fuck.
It's so good.
I'm actually going to see. You mentioned Adam Ray. June 6th, my birthday. I want to get motherfuckers together. Dr. Phil is in town.
Oh, dope, man. Yeah.
I'm trying to go. So
Yeah.
I want to go.
For sure, dude.
He is like one of the sweetest guys. I messaged him on Instagram like a year ago, dude. He sent me a voice message back and was like, "Thanks, bro. Like, appreciate you supporting." And I didn't want to be that guy where I'm like, I do stand up. I stand up too. I do stand up too.
Sit down to
I
pee.
didn't want to be that guy.
I sent him a message that night of the baseball game.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I mean, I met him. I've worked. We wrote one time like for Steve-O one time.
Oh, that's
no
sick.
shit.
And
Fuck yeah.
and like so we had just a little bit of history. I'm not this is over a course of years. I'm not expecting you. So I just sent him a message and I was like, dude, I'm sorry I didn't hang out. But I was like, fucking my baseball team's playing right now. I playoff tickets and he's like, dude, I get it, man.
Yeah,
If it was
dude.
Seattle, I'd be out the door.
I was going to say he's a Mariners guy. Like
Yeah,
he's always
yeah.
rocking Mariners shit. He's gonna understand for sure, dude. That's hilarious.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go so bad. I just took the week off of vacation for it so I can actually go because now that I have this new car, I'm trying to go to Cleveland and go to comedy shows way more
Oh, yeah.
because I had a truck that was trying to kill me every time I drove it.
Oh yeah.
So-
We've all had that vehicle.
Oh
yeah.
The
So-
vehicle where you have to before you get in, there's spells, there's ways to open the door a certain way.
Oh.
You got to finger the light socket on the bottom to get it fucking going,
My
dude.
my power
the
was
cigarette lighter. No.
my power was half
Yeah,
off
get that
the
burn
entire
ring.
time.
Yeah.
And I didn't have cruise control, and it overheated all the fucking time. And the last time I had it, it fucking went over, like, it was all the way to the right. And I don't know nothing about cars, so I pulled off, and I was like,
Yeah, red's never good.
He called
Yeah.
me and I was like, sounds like thermostat in your car.
I
Deadass.
opened up the top.
While it was
His,
hot,
his coolant.
you're a fucking idiot,
Dude,
Travis.
I was that
love you.
close.
You
I
are
was
a
that
fucking
close
idiot.
to third-degree birds everywhere.
You almost
dude.
just got squirted
Yeah.
on by
Dude,
the car,
I
dude.
fucking opened it up, and it went, and then just fucking, bloop, 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 and I just darted. I ran. I
Yeah.
thought
He
my
was
truck was
about
going to
to fuck
explode.
him.
Yeah.
I don't know shit from fuck on it. The first car I ever had, I didn't know you had to put oil in it and ran it dry.
Oh, yeah.
Dead. Pontiac
dude.
Sunfire. I had to get a brand new engine.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to Citizen driving home. Dude,
All right.
I'm like 16. I think I was still 16.
Yeah.
Listening to Citizen driving home on the
What kind of Pontiac
CD.
was it?
Huh?
What kind of Pontiac was it?
It was a Pontiac Sunfire.
Two-door
Oh,
Sunfire.
hell yeah.
Dude, two-door Sunfire.
With a
Fucking
sunroof.
getting over by the old Kmart, and I'm fucking blaring all the way up. I'm not hearing shit. And I go, what's this sound? It sounds like a drum, but it's not in the song. And I turn it down, and it's just click, 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 click. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm going to shut this car off, turn it back on. Maybe it'll be okay.
Dude, you're a woman. Radio works. Let's go.
I turned it off, didn't turn it back on. It wouldn't turn on, and I got out and kicked the fucker, and I was like, piece of shit.
See, I feel like
My dad came in. I called my dad. My dad was like, when's the last time you changed the oil? Or like looked at the oil, and I was like, never. And he's
Change
like,
it.
He's like, you didn't know? What did you learn in driver's
just
ed? And I was
metal
like,
on metal, just
nothing.
fucking grinding with no
Dude,
lubricant. Like,
checks the shit. And he's like, oh, this is so fucked, Travis.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna learn now. I'm a piece of shit. And he's like, no, you are the piece of shit for this.
Was that your first car?
Yeah.
I had a 1977 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Pull that bad boy up. This thing was the biggest vehicle for the small. This thing was an aircraft carrier. Somehow had a V6 in it. I don't understand. And this thing had a wooden bumper. And
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was because the other one fell off, and so my dad just bought a piece of treated wood and cut it. Cut it.
So dope.
Yeah, it's the
this is hard.
yeah, that's what it was. That's
Fuck
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, that's
That was
goddamn.
mean.
Dude, that's what
It
pimps
ran on
drove.
coal.
Yeah, that's
It ran on coal.
I mean,
You just fucking
I mean,
shovel
it is
it.
me.
Fucking Kramer's car, dude.
I mean, that car is hot. Ooh, I wish I could rebuy that shit. I would rock that shit these days.
Oh yeah.
Hell
That
yeah.
shit
that
is
shit's
hot.
hard.
That thing probably runs better than any new car out now.
Well,
Yeah,
the
man.
thing is you could crash that motherfucker and it wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah, you'd be
Oh
fine.
no,
Like-
you would because you would bounce around the
True,
inside
true.
like death proof. And yeah, bing bong, bing bong, bong, bong. And then also in the summer, man, those seatbelts touch you. You had a tattoo like fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark, man. You get that.
Yo, that interior is
Everything-
so sick.
Look at that bad boy.
That's
Was that
sweet.
Wood grain gripping.
that was God damn it, dude.
Mike Jones.
Was that 3 on the tree right there?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's a badass car.
It is the biggest car for the smallest interior of the back seat. Like we were even as kids, were like just like this, but it was this huge seat but no leg room.
That front
Dude.
seat seats 3, don't it?
Oh,
That's
for
a-
sure.
that's a
Well,
bench.
well, the reason why the back seat was so small was because pimps didn't need the room in their car.
sure, for
they could
sure.
beat the girls up in the front seat. Look at that. There's punching room in
Well,
there,
that's also
dude.
good. That's also good kid hitting.
Oh, yeah.
ring.
That's
You're
cool.
gonna torque some elbow there.
Yeah.
You're gonna definitely.
You're barely
sidearm.
doing anything to your shoulder at that point.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
right off to the
Yeah, you
side.
could sleep in that fucker, dude. You get roadhead. You could fucking cut up
That's
weed in
that's
that
a
thing.
car you can get some nice, comfortable road head.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
dude.
tightening. on
yeah,
that at all.
that's
I mean, those look like 2 recliners. That's first class in many airlines.
It is, dude. That's Comfort Plus
look
in
at that
Delta.
spare tire.
Yeah,
It looks brand
full
new.
size spare. Because we
Hell
used.
yeah.
I'm from a little town called America, and that's how it used to be.
God damn it. That's awesome.
Got a question
Look,
for you.
look up
Yeah.
Travis's car too. Look
Yeah,
up Travis's
look up
first
my
car.
first
Oh,
car.
I remember the Pontiac Sunfire.
Dude, my favorite fucking car I've ever had in my life.
What year was it, Travis?
Uh,
I shouldn't have even asked that. You never put oil in the motherfucker. How would you know?
They all look the same. So those
They did, dude.
Oh my god.
the middle one.
This was a very dark
the
time
middle.
for Pontiac.
was.
I'm not gonna
It
lie to
was.
you. This is like this
Yep.
is when they were getting toward the end of their run.
The G6s
Yeah.
were dope.
They did.
my
They
first
did.
car.
It was a
Grand Am.
2005
Yes.
Pontiac. That's what it
G6
was.
were dope.
first car
Grand
was a Pontiac
Ams
as
were
well.
good, but toward the end they got real. Like the interior started to look like Fisher Price toys.
Yep.
And then like everything was like a big plastic rounded off button. You're like,
Yeah.
this isn't what an automobile is supposed to be. Yeah. The end. I sold cars, and I could
Oh, nice.
tell. I was like. This was going to be the end for them, and
Yeah.
right about when the country went bankrupt, and then all the everyone needed to be bailed out,
Yeah.
and then the country was like, we could live without Pontiac, which is sad because it's a part of our American history that car. But yeah, this was a dark time for them.
I want you to look up the golden era of Pontiac. I'll show you my first ever car. It was a 1973 Pontiac Ventura.
Come on,
It was bad.
Yeah!
Dude. It was so
Woo!
sick. And then my
I mean,
dad
you must have been just cool in high school
dude,
with that
dude.
thing.
So here's the issue. My dad got this car for me. My dad was a huge car guy.
Obviously,
He got this car for me.
fuck off. That was
It had
your
a-
first fucking car.
It had a 350 Rocket,
Get
and it
the
had
fuck outta
the
here.
custom grill. So my grill wasn't like that. It was 2 solid pieces instead of the.
collect that shit from? Bro?
Dude, so my dad's on the bike. They're flying down Oak Harbor Road. All of a sudden, he's like, there's a fucking Nova back there. Well, then we go back and we look. It's like, oh, he's like, no, it's a Ventura. So the guys were like, yeah, we're asking 5 G's for it. My dad looks at him and goes, man, it's his first car. He's got $2,500 in the bank. What can you do for him? He's like, first car, buddy? I'm like, trying to be cool. I'm like, yep. My dad's like, yeah, it is your first car. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. Yeah, it was badass. Then my dad took it around the block. It had the 350 Rocket in it, and he was like, this ain't your first car, bud. You're going to kill yourself. He's like, I know
your
how you're going
insurance
to
is
drive.
going to be high.
So then, one day, he brought me home a 1965 Chevelle,
Get the fuck.
but that only had a straight 6 in it.
You also don't know about his dad, though.
Oh,
you
dude, my
don't
dad-
know.
my
you don't
dad
know
was-
the tales.
He could sell fucking anything, and he was a he could have been a cult leader.
Yeah.
Like, swear to God,
Hustler.
dude. He was, man. He was.
Oh my god.
One of my favorite pastimes in this podcast is to listen to old stories that Matt Shub has because he's got some good ones.
The issue was with this car is we didn't.
So
Oh,
sick, dude.
get the fuck out of here, man.
And it was original too. My brother's first car was a 1972 Maverick. That was a fucking badass
What is
car
this
too.
retail for?
Well, I know my dad sold that. I want to say ours was pretty much a roller. We took the engine out of it. My foot went through the floorboard.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad, dude.
I had some VIP seats of the traveling road
Oh,
underneath my car.
You had a Fred Flintstone stop.
Once this car got to Ohio and Ohio Assault was like, you don't need floors anymore. I was like, yeah.
We're gonna take them flows.
My car was like the the headless horseman, where like you couldn't drive it past a certain, or the oil light would just come on.
Oh, no shit.
Like you could not drive outside of the city limits, or the oil light would just come up. You're like, you don't have much time. Get back before the clock. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Every time.
You'll stay here.
Get back soon.
Runs away. My
Yeah,
first
beast man.
car was a 2013 Dodge Dart that I had to pay for myself.
I mean, that's a
Loan and
newer
everything.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents refused to buy me a car.
Really?
They bought my older brother 3 cars, went through them because they're lemons, junk,
Yeah.
and then they skipped me and bought my siblings that didn't even have their license cars.
Oh
This
God.
is part of the
Yeah,
pod
bro.
where we talk about trauma.
Yeah.
dude.
No
I
shit.
was like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Damn, that's so much worse than my trauma. We were homeless, and my dad had to go stay in the loony bin for a while. Not getting a car is so much worse, dude.
Wow.
Fuck.
I mean,
You ever been molested?
no.
Okay.
No, but I did have a vagina ham the other day. But it was smoked.
months, baby. Best ham I've had.
I was never molested. I just want to throw that out there. I'm sorry. For the
In
people
all
that
fairness,
were.
I inherited that car, and the car that you saw in that picture wasn't buffed and clean. It was full of holes. The vinyl top had been ripped off, so it looked like somebody ripped the top to pay off a car.
Hell yeah.
And it was like it was a horrifying vehicle. I made friends in high school. I remember that of course every high school is different sects. We had the hillbillies who had all these pickup trucks. They made us loud as fucking possible.
Yeah.
And they were very proud, and they'd be dipping, and they cordoned off their part of the parking lot, and they would always let me park next to them because they're like, God damn, that car is the biggest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like they had these old F-150s that were huge and like just like with like pipes coming out of the back. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're with us, bro. You're with us.
You just got adopted with the hillbillies?
Yeah, they're like, you park over here. This is your space. I'm like, hey, man.
Also, what's up with that? Why is all the hillbillies? Because we have the
Like,
same thing in
yeah,
our
I
town.
got the same
Why?
school,
Why do all the hillbillies in high school have a certain section that like isn't labeled, but they park there because that's all the huge trucks are?
Let's stop and think about this. We're talking about a group of people who have a history of not being real tolerant of other things. So, I mean, there's a good chance that's what it is. My daddy said don't park by nobody else. Besides my kind.
Racism.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. I think that could be what it is, you know? We only accept trucks around here.
I'm not doing it this time. But
Giving him-
Andrew, can we get an answer?
When did people start? I have a theory on this, but everybody who has a pickup truck now just backs into their spot.
Yeah, dude.
No, that's not what it is. It's not what it is.
But he's gonna defend it.
It's rear cameras. That's
Oh, yeah.
100% what it is. Because
Yep.
I was like, nobody used to park like this.
No.
And now everybody with a huge pickup it just backs in. I'm like, it's not for bragging rights because you would do it without. It's because you have the backing camera.
100%.
Yeah.
I am one of those guys, and I will tell you that is 100% fact.
Pretty
Yeah.
Because I never
convenient,
backed
though.
into shit before.
100%, dude.
Cameras are so, like the cameras are nuts, dude.
Oh, they're so
Like,
cool.
And you got these giant screens, and the camera takes up the whole screen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest though, as a dude that just had a truck, mine wasn't a big truck though. I didn't back into my spots for the most part until I had the truck. And then when you go head first in with a truck, and then you have a whole fucking truck to get out of a parking spot,
It is
that
tough.
is incredibly hard. Plus, you're blind as shit until you get your whole fucking cab
sure.
out. So backing it up, you just get to see your rears, and then you look cool. At least in our opinion, we look fucking cool. And then you back it up, and then you just hop in, phew, you're gone.
Well, I will say also, I mean, trying to get out of a fucking parking space at Family Dollar is terrible, no matter what you try to do. So backing in when you do have the truck at one of those stores, 10 times easier to get out of.
Funny as shit.
I'm
For
back
sure.
in now in parking garages.
Funny as shit.
Oh, you
though.
got to at the Guardians game. I said it the right way. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I said it earlier, and I'm like, fuck, dude, Ryan's going to fucking punch me in the face.
No,
I don't
it's-
think
dude.
I'm quitting.
my dad, who I will watch the game with, he's always like, they're the Guardians when they lose and the Indians when they win. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant.
Dude, I'm so glad my dad died before they went to the Guardians because he would have lost his mind. My grandpa looked like Chief Wahoo, so it was like, it was a sentimental thing, you know?
Yeah.
He would have lost his shit, dude.
Just snatching it away from Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, there's a lot of things that happened after my dad died where I'm like, fucking glad he's not here for this, dude, because he would have been
Having a
a
I was in
complete
LA
psycho.
when it happened, and I was not thrilled, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what's happening in my hometown?
I
Yeah.
think the spiders
What
would
is
cooler.
going down right
See, I
now?
heard a rumor that they were throwing around not only the Guardians, not only the Spiders, which I would have been okay with if they went with the Spiders. There's history there. They were throwing around Dobies because of Larry Doby, and then kind of following the theme of like dogs in Cleveland. I'm like, that would have been kind of fucking
would've been
sick,
kinda
dude.
sick.
Like, but I don't know how true that was. I read it on the internets.
Everything's kind of true.
Here's my question for you.
Everything's kind of true.
That's
It's on Facebook, dude.
technically true.
I heard it from the guys that were parking their trucks the other day.
I overheard them talking about
They always tell the truth.
And then his
Here's
wife
my question.
Yeah.
Fuck one, marry one, kill one. Cavs, guards, Browns.
Oh, I killed the Browns, just for my own mental health. It's Joe Flacco's in town right now, and I think we're all good to. I mean, we could all sing "Welcome Back, Cotter," "Welcome Back," "Welcome back."
Stop, dude. I'm gonna come.
That's for my own mental health. I marry the Cavs. That's my first love, as you can tell. And
The hard hat's so funny.
I mean,
love
dude,
it.
this is my dad. This is Jim Dalton right there. If anybody back at home, Jim Dalton is my father. He was on the committee when they were selecting architects to design what is known as Gundarino, as we affectionately called it, gonorrhea. You know,
Nice.
back in the day.
Double entendres.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, I just love because it was a sport I could play. You know,
Yeah.
baseball I sucked at, golf I'm terrible at. It's like something enables me that I can't turn my torso and bend.
You're fucking Zoolander.
I
can't
just
look
am
left.
not good at it. I respect the skill, and I know it's a hard game, and like I respect what has to go into it, the discipline. But no. But so it's got to be that for me. The
I think
Browns,
you're
the
marrying
Browns
the
make
guards.
me angry. The
He's
best
marrying
part,
the
the best
Marrying
part
the Indians, yeah.
about being a Browns fan living on the West Coast is that the games start at 10 a.m. So you can be angry
Yep.
at 1, and then you can do shit with the rest of your day. What do you think about that? Morning, brunch, football, come on.
Dude,
Dude,
sounds
I
nice.
honestly,
Sounds fantastic.
Wake up and
I
You gotta
honestly-
set
football
it.
on.
You gotta set an alarm.
I wouldn't even feel like I wanted
Yeah,
to kill
damn.
myself most of the
I
time
set
anymore.
an alarm when they were playing in Germany and shit.
Yeah,
I was like, ugh.
right. College football, you gotta set an alarm. That's breakfast.
Yeah, dude. If I could watch Browns games earlier in the morning, I would feel much better. I wouldn't.
Woo.
I have this itch after every game. I'm a season ticket holder, so like coming home from Cleveland every Sunday, it's tough.
That's a sad drive.
It is, dude. We
That's a
we listen to Hootie and the Blowfish after every game. We listen to Let Her Cry and Hold My Hand.
Just REM drive over and over.
Losing my no. I just it's so weird because I always get this itch that only a 9mm could scratch
Yeah.
after every
Oh,
game.
dude, it hurt. It hit harder this year.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I am working all day.
Gotcha.
And no, I'm gonna go visit my folks. Probably watch the baseball game with my dad,
Nice.
and probably do a bunch of hard labor, which is
Can I
what I
go?
do around their house. Oh yeah, you could actually help me with that labor.
was-
I'll talk to you about a roof. And yeah, that's what I'm doing, and probably watch the game with him.
Oh yeah. I'll be in Cleveland tomorrow. We're going to the draft party. So
Oh,
Journey's playing at the stadium and all that shit. So
Man, they got a journey, huh?
Yep. They
Boy,
give
no,
us the
really-
best fucking presents.
What do you think about the new stadium?
I'm iffy on it. I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna do.
They're
what
trying to
they
do
want.
Jerry World, right?
Pretty much.
They're trying to
Pretty
do
fucking much, dude.
Jerry World, and after that whole QB debacle, can't be Jerry World, right? You
I
know,
don't
there's
think so.
some amateurs running the shit.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%. They're like, let's. First of all, I don't fucking like being in Brook Park. The roads are shit. It's
right.
fucking terrible.
You're right by the airport.
Yeah, I don't like fucking. No, keep it downtown. But I'm also a realist, and I also remember my first memories of football. The Browns weren't a thing. So as long as we are still the Cleveland Browns, that's all I care about.
What are they gonna do with that old stadium?
Turn it into a giant paintball arena.
I'll listen to that pitch.
Yeah. No, I don't know. What could you do with that? I mean, they're
don't
trying to
know.
revitalize.
It's not even
Lakefront.
old.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you could start.
I was in my 20s when that thing went up, man.
League.
Yeah.
Boogered up football league.
I was 6.
I mean, you can still have like concerts and shit there. You can still have like a venue.
I saw Billy Joel there this summer.
Didn't they have wrestle?
Strictly 80 Joel.
WrestleMania, yeah.
Yeah, they had the wrestle.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
SummerSlam.
I was trying to get oh you're right, I'm sorry, SummerSlam. I'm sorry. I was trying to worm my way into
I was there.
getting free tickets to that. I know I could have if I just pushed. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Cuz I was backstage at Raw.
Yeah, dude, this is fucking awesome to bring up.
Yeah,
shout out you
insane.
for this one because I was like kind of I don't want to talk about wrestling too much because if we open the door,
Yeah, we won't stop. But the funniest thing is when we were in Cleveland and he brought that up, both of us were both like, "Hey, man, Raw!" Like we just
I knew.
fangirled out, dude.
I knew because like I've followed a little bit and like and when I first followed, like it was like
Well, then it was me
2
that just fangirled
days
out then.
after.
Fuck.
I saw this photo up, and then I think Bill put up a story, and I was like, "Wait, I just followed this guy. Wait, what the fuck? Who did I just follow? Who's on Raw?" And I was like, "Oh, this is fucking sweet."
WWE superstar Ryan Dalton.
How did you get that gig?
Oh, it's real simple. An agent of mine went down a list of people, and when he ran out of people, he called me. And
Nice.
And he said, "Look, man, listen, I got a gig. It's not for a lot of money, but if you want, you want to wear a suit." Now I was like, "Dude, are we doing some sort of fucking play for some fucking executives? Because I'm not doing it for that kind of money. I know what that is." And he goes, "Well, it's the WWE. They're doing this event." And all of a sudden, I look at the schedule of the TV as we're talking. I'm like, "Oh, he's talking about Raw."
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, go on, keep going. He's like, "Yeah, we need you for a sketch. It's this guy Logan Paul. I'm like, check. And he's like, "Yeah, he needs it. We need you're going to be basically a background player. I've seen enough wrestling in my time to know what this is. I'm a human prop. I'm in the background of what they're doing. I know how I can see the shot in my head.
Yeah.
And it plays out exactly how they did in the actual broadcast." And I was like, "I'm in. I'll be there. I'll do it." And the role was for it's actually a really funny sketch. Logan Paul is really, I mean, the guy can write and he knows how to create something instantaneously, and I watched him do it.
Absolutely.
And so I knew it was something completely ridiculous, so I'm like, I'm absolutely going down there because I mean, that's a bucket list thing. I knew I was going to be in the ring.
Yeah.
I was like, to say you were on that as a performer, as a comedian, as a fan of wrestling, you have to take that opportunity.
Yeah, I
You
would,
have
you-
to
you
take
would,
it.
I would
Absolutely.
pay them to be a part of that.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll be there. And I even went to my wife because I had as long as my hair gets, I was like, "Hey, could you cut me like a very politician haircut?" And so she gives me this haircut because she cuts my hair because I'm cheap. And she cuts my hair, and I had this like older suit, and I was like, "Oh my God, I look like I'm running for office, and I'm your worst nightmare. You don't.
Nice.
This is perfect."
I will write your parking tickets.
And I get in there, and as soon as we're in there, we're rushed, and we go into rehearsal. And dude, fucking Triple H. I'm like here.
I would have marked
Right
out,
here,
dude.
I'm
would have
literally
marked
like,
out.
and I'm being. I don't want to be weird because this is business for them.
Right.
This is business,
Dude, you just walk by.
But they get that sweat and heat all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just like backstage, and I had talked to a bunch of comics who got backstage and who didn't know what they were getting themselves into in these events, and I just played it cool. And if you do that, dude, you're shoulder to shoulder with people who are about to beat the fuck. And then not on top of that, you see the skill level they have, and then it is instantaneously you realize why these people can translate to film so good. Yeah. They are incredible performers. I saw a shot where I don't even remember, but it was a bunch of evil dudes were like swarming around the American Nightmare. And they were like swarming around him, and the cameraman got it right. This mean look this dude had. I was like, oh, dude, I'm frightened. Like that guy's got the gift. He's got the star. Oh yeah. And it was, I mean, dude, who's the chick who's got the black lipstick on?
Rhea Ripley.
She's so hot,
dude.
She's so hot, dude. I'm sorry, and I know my wife will probably see this. Like, who is that? And I'm like, dude, you don't even understand. Like,
that's mommy.
She is in fuego. She is so hot. And then, like, and I only saw her, like, I only saw her from, like, the internet and stuff like that. And I was like, and then I walked in and she's getting her makeup done. And she's like, oh, hi. And I'm like,
brother,
so hot.
Brother, you mentioned.
And who's her counterpart? The blonde one that she was her mortal enemy.
Liv Morgan.
And I saw, and she was so sweet and like just striking up a conversation.
That's
like,
so
and I'm
awesome.
just sitting there like a goofball.
Oh, that's awesome,
and
dude.
just super because they're killing time. There's so much downtime.
Right.
It's the circus that keeps on going.
Yep.
So you just play it cool, and you're just shooting the shit like no other day.
That's so fucking awesome.
And then you're back and I think the most amazing moment was being backstage, and you just watched people come off from getting the literal shit kicked out of them. And you can think that wrestling's real or not real. Physical pain and injuries are real. And I mean, you see them like adjusting after a hit.
Oh, yeah.
And they're still like, dude, you're going to be great out there after they've just been like spitting in each other's faces. You're going to have so much fun. And then I got out there for the sketch and everything, and I've never felt a boo in my bones before. You're on stage, and we hadn't even been announced. They hated us because they were with Logan Paul, and I could feel my bone marrow shaking.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this is what it's about, dude. This is what it's about. And
that is the sweetest shit. I love that you got that opportunity.
My one regret is they have a merch table back there, and I should have just gone up there and be like, dude, can I grab some shirts? Because this merch goes for top dollar, man.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the whole point of that one merch table backstage was just for wrestlers to grab their shit and go out there and throw them. I could have been like stuffing shit for my nephew.
Dude, that would have been so sick.
Yeah,
dude.
That's an experience.
I legit don't know if I was casually backstage and I saw Rhea, if I would just like drool.
Dude, it's
like
she's hotter in person, and you're just like, oh, you could murder me.
I was just like, dude, I love you.
I could be defending my life. Like caged animal, me versus you. It's on. I know I'm losing. I know I'm losing.
So strong.
Her fucking
so strong.
She would literally grab my heart out of my chest and just
Kano, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I thank you. Sorry.
Best fucking day of my life.
I was just talking about this with a friend. I had no idea that I was into like the muscle mommy shit or whatever. Like,
Rhea Ripley
girls.
changed everything.
I did not know I was into muscular girls until I saw Rhea Ripley, and I was like, I have learned something about myself because of you.
I was the same way. I'm like, I'm not into. I don't want to see some yoked
manly
broad
type chick
coming at me, and I'm like, I'd be like, I'm totally comfortable with that chick.
I feel like Rhea Ripley's one of those girls that like I would never get pegged, but if Rhea's like, hey, we're gonna do this, I'm gonna probably be like, yeah, that's fine, whatever you want to do.
Yes,
I guess.
Still make me cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Who the fuck is that?
Would get his pack a punch.
Oh, it's RHEA.
Here's a guy.
Oh yeah,
Here's a guy that get pegged by a pro wrestler.
And you know what's fucked up is I haven't had a solid shit in like 15 years, so this thing is
it's
tight.
So you're just waiting to let it go, and then you're just like ripped.
Saving it for her, dude.
Nice, dude.
Stretch me open, mommy.
What?
And it's also, I think that's also a testament to wrestling in, like, you come in as one thing, you leave another. I mean, everyone.
R.I.P.
I got to MC an event in California. Stone Cold Steve Austin has his own beer.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Skulls,
I recommend it. It's really good.
Oh, yeah,
It's a good stadium brew. And he debuted it in El Segundo at the El Segundo Brewery. And I got to meet him.
Oh, no way.
I got to meet him and I got to talk to him and like I knew wrestling was and WrestleMania was there at the same time. It was a few years back, and I didn't realize. I mean, I knew wrestling fans were the great, but I got to interview fans and people were like crying.
Oh yeah.
I saw like you're a manly dude. You're like a dude who does shit,
Yeah.
right? Roofing, gets it done. But I saw dudes twice your size. Like I'm looking into their chin, and they were breaking down in tears like they were meeting Santa.
Oh, dude, I would cry if I met Stone Cold for sure.
And it was moving.
Yeah.
I was moved.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I told him a story as I was there, because as I was at the event, it was outside at this brewery, and a seagull shit on me.
Oh, shit.
And I went up to him, and he's been meeting and shaking hands all day. Like, this dude does it.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
And and I go like, and I can tell he's like out of gas. And I go like, you know what, Stone Cold? I knew this was going to be a great event because a seagull took a huge dump on me. And he's like, bah! He's like, man, I clean fish all summer at where I live. And when those seagulls take a shit on you, it's good fucking luck.
That's so sick.
Ryan, I done got shit on by a seagull or two.
Oh, dude.
What? That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
We do have to get this wrapping up here very shortly.
Sorry.
But I do have one.
Having so much fun with
Dude,
this guy
dude,
right now,
fucking
dude. Cleveland
sick.
sports,
Fucking sick.
wrestling.
Uh,
You just like anime cum. Like,
outside of your realm in LA and in Cleveland and all the cool activities and fun stuff that you've gotten to encounter, what is your favorite encounter and what is the most influential, biggest person that you've ever met?
Jesus.
Because you're saying all these encounters that are awesome, but I'm sure there's one locked in that's like you casually are going to tell us you had like a backroom dinner with LeBron James or some shit.
No, it is, it's
Yeah, sort of.
this is how delusional it is as a Cleveland fan. I remember, and this thought crossed my mind. He gets traded in my time there. He signs with the Lakers. And at one point, I go up to my wife and I'm like, "You think he needs a place to crash?" Because we got the extra room.
what a Cleveland sports fucking fan thing to say.
Because we'll make room. He doesn't have money.
Hey, babe.
And in my mind, part of me was like, I think it'll happen, Like, you can stretch out. It's a king-size bed. He's a king.
There's a whole 48 hours where stuff is slightly getting moved in the house. And you're like, what are you doing? I'm making room just in case.
You just never know.
Never know. Like, I don't want him to be overwhelmed when he comes in here and all of our stuff is here. We got to move this stuff over a little bit so he can put his stuff here.
Babe, I heard Jim Tomey went bankrupt, so we might have to clear out the guest bedroom because Jim Tomey might need a place to stay.
There are so many, because living there, it's like living in a zoo, but instead of animals, it's celebrities. Mm-hmm. So you could bump in and be like, oh, shit. I mean, like, and it's not even like people that are famous, they're famous to you. People that are characters from your favorite movies.
Yeah.
Like people that you've been reciting their lines, throughout your life. But the biggest one was I walked into the bar at the Comedy Store, and I mean, dude, it's like, it's always a circus there. It is like, it is insanity, comedy. It's like show business. Everything meets there at the same time. It is like the green room of hell. And I just bump and I look up, it's Quinten Tarantino.
Oh my God.
And dude, for me, I mean, dude, Pulp Fiction's my favorite film of all time. And the guy owns movie theaters in Los Angeles, which is like, I mean, I don't even know who goes to movies anymore. I barely go. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can make your own movie theater with a projector and a sound bar these days.
That is legit what we're gonna do in one of the bedrooms.
I did in my bedroom.
Swear to God.
We turned it into a movie theater with a sound. You for $600, you can have a legit movie theater in your own house now, and so it's kind of
you don't have to deal
cinema.
with a crying baby.
Yeah, and so he has his own movie theaters where you can go see the movies, the classic movies that people are like, you haven't seen The Outlaw Josie Wales, have you? And then you're like, well, why would I rent it? It's an old film. Who gives a shit? You see it on film the way it was to be intended. There's somebody who comes out. They tell you, go fuck yourself. If your cell phone comes out, you're out. And then you buy snacks for what snacks should cost. They're like $3 for a huge popcorn that tastes like popcorn should taste, and like it's like you don't break the bank, and then you're watching a movie the way it should have been intended, and so like the respect level for that dude, but you're just like,
that's insane.
oh my god, it's fucking Quentin
I would
Tarantino.
have lost my mind, dude.
Oh, dude, I literally, I was shook.
Hell yeah.
I don't get shook, and I was like,
Yeah.
That's insane. And
Yeah.
also, like, I would be curious to immediately look down to see if any woman's toes are out, and then to see if he notices them immediately.
Dude, fuck
just
you.
for
If
my brain.
Cut him
Just-
some slack. If Selma Hayek was dancing on a table in front of you and put her fucking
I'm not hating it.
beautiful foot in her mouth, in your mouth,
What I'm saying is, out of my personal joy, I would see him go, holy fucking shit. And then I would go, all right, there's them. I'm going to watch him. And then as soon as his eyes go down, I laugh for the rest of my life.
I would have literally looked at him and been like, you've never made a bad movie, but your accent in Django was the worst Australian accent I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Very funny. Very funny.
Oh, my God. I remember the first time watching that, I'm like, no, what are you doing? Like, no, just do Southern voice. Don't be an Australian
I took
bounty
my
hunter.
friend to see From Dusk Till Dawn at his movie theater.
No way.
And then afterwards, I'm like, you can't fault him for that, can you? Selma Hayek and the thing. I was like, you can't hate on him.
It's the hottest.
It was a different time, is what most rapists say.
Oh my!
Wait, didn't he rape a girl in that movie?
No, yes, that was the plot. It's in the film. It's a film.
It's a
it
film.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Yep.
It did happen in the movie.
I'm sorry.
In a movie, it's a film.
Movie.
Was
Movie.
From Dusk Till Dawn? That was Robert Rodriguez.
That's
correct?
right.
And then Quentin Tarantino helped him write it. Was that what it was?
It was. God damn. Now I'm just. It was Robert Rodriguez, and I think Quentin Tarantino wrote it.
Yeah. Which, goddamn, man, and
Great
Robert
movie.
Rodriguez
Great
is
twist in
great
that
too.
movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
everything, Death Proof, all that. I mean, all the Grindhouse stuff. That's, God, amazing shit, man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm going to have to educate myself more on this.
You do.
Not going to lie. Because there's been a couple of them that have been said that I'm like, I don't know if I've seen that.
I think I might have.
Have you seen Once Upon a Time in
Yes.
Hollywood? I went.
No.
We lived. Our favorite restaurants were all the restaurants that those were filmed in, and like the New Beverly is the restaurant where Sharon Tate the night she got killed in real life. That was the last place. That's right across the street from Quentin Tarantino's theater. Also, Musso and Frank's. Which is that nice restaurant where they meet Al Pacino in the very beginning of the film.
Okay.
That was like spitting distance from where we lived. And the best is Casa Vega, which God bless them, they're so smart. They took the booth that they filmed with Pitt and DiCaprio, and they put Cliff Booth and Rick Dalton,
No
and they
way.
bronzed it, and they put it right there.
That's
and we sat
awesome.
on that on my birthday. Cause,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
the line is, I'm Rick fucking Dalton. I'm always like,
Yeah.
I'm Ryan
Right.
fucking Dalton. Dude.
Damn, I didn't even think about
that. writes
that.
itself.
That's awesome.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's so outside of that one, what was your favorite?
My favorite encounter?
Favorite encounter? You've had a lot of them.
Jesus.
He's like,
And then,
fucking had
and then
lunch
we
with
have,
Scorsese.
And then we have a blind ranking set up for you. And then we got to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I
'cause
got
cabs
you.
are
I
on.
got you. My favorite, dude, it was just a night. It was one particular night. It was one of those nights where you knew it was something special, and it happened again at the Comedy Store, where there's a back bar that's like this. It's where the paid regulars, and if you're friendly and you hang out, because it's a hang, and you're just cool, they'll let you back in there. So I was back there. It was me.
Was that the original Mitzi's?
Uh,
Bar?
I would assume it was.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't verify if it is or not, but it is a small bar that's back there, and that's kind of like where the regulars, the big timers can hang, so they don't get bothered.
Gotcha.
Like the monsters. No. And it's just me. It's Sebastian Maniscalco.
Damn.
And who's the comedian? The cigar,
Ron White.
Ron White.
No
and
way.
dude, you're just like,
Where did you pick that up?
Wait, yeah, dude, that was good.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Real
As soon as you said the cigar, I knew immediately.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
Ron White's the only one I know.
Yeah,
that.
and I'm just like, as a kid, as a comedy fan,
Yeah.
And I dude, Sebastian used to play hilarities all the time, and it was just like, but to see him, just to be in that, and then all the other comics that were coming through, like, I mean, dude, you'll be sitting there, and in that same conversation, you'll turn around, and Chappelle just walks in, and you're just in their green room, just chilling, and it's just one of those things. It's like if you don't act like a dick, and you're just hanging out, and don't be like, or you'll get thrown out.
Yeah.
It was just, it's nights like that. And there's many nights that were like that where you're just talking to people like that, and then a few whiskeys get thrown back so you forget. But like, you see legends like everywhere. But the Quentin Tarantino one was pretty big.
I have one more question for you. I'm sorry.
Go. We're hurrying this up for you. We can
I
stay down
know,
here for fucking 3 hours and talk to this guy. This guy's great.
We started talking comedy, and I'm like, all right, here's another fucking thing. What was the defining moment for you growing up where you were like, I'm going to be a comedian? What made you fall in love with comedy?
When you do comedy and you get an audience of people to laugh at something you wrote, and you feel that all at once, there's no other drug. Like, I kind of retired from the road, and like I knew like what I had to do, because I got to a point where there's a fire that is inside you that makes you want to go sleep on somebody's couch that you just met, just so you can make a connection to go do another gig. And it's that desire to do that trick in front of different audiences, whatever. And I knew I remember I was at the old Hilarities in Cuyahoga Falls, which is now the Funny Stop, R.I.P. Pete. I was there, and I got my first huge laugh, and I felt it in my bones, and I was just like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I have to do this. This is what it is. The very next day, I go back to my job at Cintas, the uniform people, and it was for the yearly review, which is if you don't know what a yearly review for you viewers, it's a tactic that companies use to scare you into keeping your job. And they review your performance,
and they try to not give you a raise.
Yes, it's a two-parter.
Absolutely.
And so one of the biggest complaints was from them was like, you don't take things seriously. And I'm like, okay. So a few days later from that experience, I was in a bar because they made us go to happy hour together. It was like a forced happy hour. So fun.
Team bonding.
Yeah, team bonding. It's a forced hangout. And
Melinda's
as soon as I got there, they were like, dude, do some things, do some stuff. The same guy who just ridiculed me.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I got to go be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what I
man.
do.
They tried to get you to.
Well,
like,
because
say
I
a
was doing
joke, kinda,
impressions and stuff, and it
Yeah.
was like my outlet, and I was kind of messing around with comedy at that point. I was like flirting with wanting to do it. I ran a show in Kent, where I was from, and I was like,
But the same guy that ridiculed you just a couple days ago on your yearly performance.
Yeah, and I'm
then
literally like,
demanded that.
yeah,
on
you're our court jester now. Perform.
That's crazy.
It really is and don't get me wrong, I'm not even close to having as much time under my belt or anything like that but especially coming from especially coming from small town Ohio, there's always that like dance monkey dance, like when somebody finds out like, oh, you're funny, oh, you can do impressions, oh, you've done comedy before, will make me laugh. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, that's not how it works. Like
for sure.
I got asked, and we'll get into this right after. I got asked after that video that we just put up. Shout out Drew for the edit.
Yeah, great edit.
For the Mr. Worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
I got asked how many can you do and can you do more, and I was like, I'm not gonna sit on this podcast and be like dance monkey dance, and that's literally what I said.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be like, all right, like you got a guy that's trying to do comedy. Hey, do comedy right now.
It's so
kind of
much
like what we did in the past. Like it was cool. It got some good clips and everything, but it was always the thing where it was like we always had a stopping point for comedians that was like, hey, do you want to say your favorite joke? And we'll make it as a clip, and we could edit it, put it up, and such. We helped essentially a couple people like cut some stuff out of their joke that they've said, which was cool. Like I didn't think that we had that fucking power at all.
Right.
But at the same time, we're asking like, hey, what's your favorite joke? And then I got done with it. We're like, what the fuck are we doing with that? Why are we like, hey, the thing you've been working on, why don't we just blow it out of proportion, take it off of you, and now everybody knows it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the idea of that is fucking crazy.
Yeah. I can tell you my favorite joke.
Do you want to save it?
I mean,
Is it the one that you won the award from?
no, this is different.
Really? God.
I'm gonna
That
share.
award
I'm
one
gonna
was
share with
fucking,
you.
That award one was fucking good, and I want you to know there was some laughter in there, and me and him were fucking howling.
Especially from
upstairs.
somebody who, has not cried much in their life.
I can't
Besides
believe we didn't tell you
2016.
this.
Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't tell
literally,
you this.
I can't bring it up right now. This
You
looks like-
showed
but I
him
had-
at
did
the
I?
yeah.
Did
you
I don't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure you showed him.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
The Cavs tattoo.
Oh, you told him about it. You had a
Yeah.
hoodie on.
It was one of those moments. So I don't want to get too far into your joke, nothing like that, but such a similar story to me and
Yeah.
my family.
Yes.
And it was just like, man, this
It's Father's Day. It was Father's Day.
Yeah, dude, it felt like, you know what? Somebody else knows. Like we're all connected.
Yeah, I had a party and it was in Los Angeles, and I had a bunch of people who were fucking rooting on Ramon Rivas. Invited these people. They're all famous comedians now, and they were rooting for Golden State. Like every time they won. Every time they hit a three, they'd be like, splash, splash. And I'm like ready to flip a fucking table over. I was like knocking food out of people's hands and shit, like legit hatred.
Yeah.
Like another comedian, Al Jackson, was there. Somebody was like talking shit. He turned around. Well, you shoot pretty fucking good. If your fucking kid was raised with shooting coaches your whole life. Talking about Curry's.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of heat, and I was like legit tears streaming down my face at that thing, and like Michael Costa, who's on the Daily Show, was there, and
Fuck yeah.
it was, dude, it was a who's who at that very moment.
That's
But yeah, I can tell that joke if you want to hear it.
By all
Yeah,
means, if you
yeah.
want to tell the
All
joke,
right.
do
Well,
it.
I'm not going to tell that joke. but
No,
I'll
yeah.
tell a
Say
different joke.
whatever
Favorite
joke
joke.
this is.
I'll tell you my favorite joke.
Fuck yeah.
It's not the funniest joke ever written, but it is my favorite. You should always have a favorite. Humor is subjective, but this joke has always cracked me up. Even to this day, it's the dumbest. It's you're gonna help me out with this.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I think you know how joke structure works, so here we go. How did Helen Keller break her arm? Perfect timing.
Could have been a lot of ways.
That's right. The appropriate answer was, I don't know. How?
Well, I don't know how.
There we go.
When he didn't answer right away,
I was literally
I
like,
go, you don't fucking bomb this moment. He just complimented you.
Shouldn't have. Let's do it again.
Hey, you
Run
get
it back.
Hey, yeah, do it to him. Do it to him, shoot him.
All right.
No. Do the thing with your kids. You got it.
what do you?
You want to try again?
Yeah. Want to try again? You do the thing with your kids.
I don't say that, dude. What are you talking about?
You fucking, whenever they do a bad joke, you say you want to do it
Oh
again.
no, I say you can take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take
What
that
the
back.
fuck was that look you gave me? What the fuck did you
Because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about, Travis.
Yeah, I was trying to make it funny, but now it's
All
got
right, we're shitting on Ryan's joke. Ryan, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's here we go. Take 3.
What a professional.
How did Helen Keller break her arm?
I don't know how.
Not bad. Not bad. Trying to read a stop sign going 60.
Fuck. Dude, oh my god. No fucking.
That joke is funny for so many different reasons. One, who lends Helen Keller their car?
And 2, how does
How-
she know how to roll the window?
Right. How? Right. How do you even know she's asking for the keys?
Oh,
And how do you lend her a car in a time before automobiles?
I didn't
2, who puts a stop sign in a 60-mile-per-hour zone? That's shitty city planning.
Hey, it was early on. They still had some. They still had some kinks in there.
That's just the best joke.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's insensitive.
I love a good Helen Keller.
And
joke.
also, there's a lot of people these days who the fuck is Helen Keller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wrote a book. Yeah, right.
Oh my god! The build up to that was so good as well.
I had to process how she broke her arm for a second. I'm like, wait, oh,
Oh my god!
oh, okay.
So
fucking crying, dude.
That was so funny.
I don't know why. I thought he was gonna do the bit, and I thought we were gonna do like take 5 of this, where he's like, "All right, we got one more time."
Going back to that first big laugh you got, do you remember the joke?
Oh my God! Unfortunately, I don't. I just remember, and it was probably very hacky, and it was very. I had all this energy, and it was I know it was either an amateur night or I had a guest spot on an amateur night, and it was like they just knew that club, that town just knew how to pack the club, and Pete did a good job of it, and it was just wall to wall people, and it was just like. Boom, and I could feel it, and then like you're on this high and you're like levitating, and then God, comedy, that evil mistress, just when you get a piece, will come back and just slap you in public like a bad relationship. I mean, the next set, I went up on stage thinking I just rewrote the rules of comedy and entertainment. Line up, sell the tickets. I'm the next big thing. I ate dicks with a side of cheese, man. It was
Dude, it's the
brutal.
exact same story for me.
Yeah.
I literally crushed the first night. The first show, we had a double show. It was Bill and Shoob. And I crush. And I'm so stoked. The place erupts. Bill goes, I've never seen somebody go up for their first time in control room and do so good while also teeing up the next person. I'm like, these words mean so much to me.
Yeah. Oh,
then my
the
homies
chosen
show up. Dude, I thought I had it. I'm like, damn, Nick's been talking about fucking being a comedian the whole time. And I'm like, little did I know, I might be a comedian. Next fucking show, a bunch of homies pull up and I'm like, oh, dude. They even know some of these stories. I'm going to fucking crush. Dude, I did a callback for it, and when I got told prior to that, if you don't get a laugh the first time, definitely ain't going to get it the second time. When the room went crickets, when I did the first motion, I go, oh, I am in so much trouble. And then I did it at the end. I did the joke again to do the callback. I didn't change my shit up. I don't know that. I'm not that good.
Right.
And it was crickets again. And I go, well, that was my time. I'm looking at all my friends. And I'm like... Y'all are dicks, dude. And I go, and then they start clapping. They start chiming. I'm like, don't fucking clap now, you assholes. It's like, I gave you what I had. It's like, here's some real comedy. Shoot, get the fuck up here. I went back there, and Bill was like, you did all right. And I was like, I'm fucking bombed.
Yeah, you're like, you just want to walk home.
That second crowd, though, to your defense, that second crowd was drunk and very. It was tough. It was a lot more. Because that was only my third time ever on stage. So it was like a lot of first crowd was great. Second crowd came in very rowdy, drinking down at the bar before then. We get out there and it's just call audible after audible after audible because this guy's talking about this. And it was like, that was the first experience I've ever had where it was like, I got to adjust in real time. Like this isn't responding the way it should have responded. So
yeah. And like for us, like we all hosted shows on that, and like he got hit with the hardest shit. And I just saw a video of Adam Ray.
Joke, dude.
I saw Adam Ray just work this through, and somebody finished a joke, and then he like did a whole thing on it. And I was like, Nick, you should have done this, but at the same time, it was the first time up there. We don't know in our head like, all right, now I'm in an attack mode, like I'm gonna do this well. Dude finished his joke, and it just. Like
Bro,
we only had like a 5-minute set.
Yeah.
He
took
was
all
like
my energy.
He was like 2.5 minutes in, and after that, he was.
I wanted to cry after, dude. I felt for real. Like I felt like I did horrible, dude.
Yeah,
like
dude,
I wanted to jump in front of the train that was passing
Yeah,
outside.
for sure.
I had
been there.
I had it on video, and as soon as the person said the joke, he goes, "Man, that was my joke." And as soon as he went. Man, I was like, oh my God, they stole the whole thing from him right there.
After a while.
It was over.
I mean, the ups and downs are so big when you're first getting started. Like, it's either great or the worst.
Well, it hurt even more because that was the homie I told my set to. Like,
that's
running
fucked
it
up,
back.
dude.
Like, hey, like, you like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I like it so much, I'm gonna say it.
I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, it was good.
I had a fire alarm go off. My second show I ever did was for a volunteer fire department. And before the show, everyone's always, and it's for like a super small town, dude.
You're gonna say this joke right now?
Oh no, that was my first ever joke I've ever said on stage.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the second one.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I'm going through the motions. Everything's going good. The crowd's worked up. I'm opening the show. I have a very fucked up sense of humor, so I say a lot of fucked up things on stage. And they tell you before the show starts, like, hey, if the guys get called out, you'll hear the alarm. Just everybody stop what you're doing. Give them about 2-3 minutes. Dude, I'm rolling. Everything's going good. Fire alarm goes off. So everything stops. And I'm like, all right. So I'm standing on stage. Everything's fine. I fucking forget where I'm at. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was. I can't remember. I can't figure it out. I start all over again, and I'm like, not my set or anything, but like I'm starting to pick back up, and then the fire alarm goes off again, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die right now, dude. Like, and I don't know the next guy's coming up if they're gonna be pissed because I just took an extra couple of minutes. So like, which the one guy he was standing by the stage going with his camera, his flashlight.
Light.
He's
Yeah,
like,
giving you the light like a motherfucker.
I'm like, dude, chill. Like, everybody got postponed, like the whole fucking place. But right after that, had a Pittsburgh fan heckle me because I said I was a Browns fan. And I was like, well,
Damn it.
And then she would not shut the fuck up to the point to where the crowd was like, shh.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this isn't AA. You don't get to share your story too. I'm on stage with the microphone. And I was like, let me guess, you're a Pittsburgh fan. And she's like, yep. I was like, do you fucking kiss your brother too? Crowd changed after that. I'm like, oh God, I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Back, baby.
Showbiz, baby.
Showbiz, baby.
Yeah, I wanted to cry when I got off stage that night. I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then we crushed that moonshine, dude. We all fucking murdered.
You become a connoisseur of bombing after a while. There's
Yeah.
like bombs, and then there's like, there's like if I go, like, I'm lucky enough to live in Lakewood, which there's a lot of comedy in.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's a mic. On Tuesdays, there's this great mic at Mahal's. It's phenomenal. It's like, and yeah, I'm going to bomb because I'm in a room full of comics, but they're cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know going in, it's not going to land. I just want to hear myself say these words out loud. But then there's moments where you walk in and you're just like, this is what the people saw at the Alamo right before it went down. you know it. It's just like, it's like in every gangster movie right before the dude knows, like, oh, this is where I get whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just standing on the bow of the ship as it's going down.
Yeah, you just
like,
know.
fuck.
It's the band's playing. It's just like,
Everyone else has a lifeboat.
and
I ain't
you're
got a
like-
fucking lifeboat.
You're just like, I just gotta get through the time, set the timer.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna be pleasant.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things is like, and we do. We're gonna get this list after this because
Yes.
we will talk for another hour. I know for a fact.
We're like 2 hours in.
I know we're deep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you.
Oh, no.
No, this is.
I didn't know. I feel bad. I'm just hanging out.
No,
I
you
didn't
didn't
know.
keep me. I'm just saying, we're like, that's how far we are.
No, this is a really
This is how
long
confident
episode,
about
like,
my
fuck
Cleveland
yeah,
Cavaliers
No,
I am.
dude. This is how good. Dude,
This was round 2.
Dude,
I'm like, I gotta go. I
It's
gotta
been
get.
killing. I keep like doing this because I'm like, God, score pop up, please. I need to know what the fuck is going on.
So the idea of the bombing bit is something that was really cool. That in the new future that we're gonna, I'll talk a little bit here about because we're in the process, very beginning process of it. But the idea of bombing the jokes is almost just as good as getting the hit because the bomb will help you create that hit and continuing through the art of a joke. And it was super cool to see that when we were working with Bill at the comedy contest, to see him work through these jokes for so long. It's so many different ways to say it and so many avenues of how it goes to then get to the special that we were at and see these jokes that we've seen time and time again served a different way. And I just had it with Bert Kreischer because I've seen Bert Kreischer a couple times in Cleveland, and I saw his last special that he just put up. I thought I've already seen the special, and I was like, oh, they must have just re-aired it or whatever. It was lucky. And I thought I've already seen it, but I didn't realize I saw that live, and I saw some of these jokes that I knew because I laughed hard at, but I saw them in a completely different fashion, completely different work. And so with that in mind, of course, we're not talking specials, but the art of working on it is something that around here does not have the opportunity to at all.
I've never got to tell the same joke twice.
You have Cleveland, which is an hour away, and you guys crush. The scene over there is fucking unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, and I'm not just saying it because I'm like and everything's great. I moved back and went, what the fuck happened here? How can I you can get on if you're a comic and you're thinking about doing comedy and you're in Northeast Ohio or adjacent to it, you can come and go to Mike's. Probably now 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
There's a stage for you somewhere. You can work your shit out.
Yes.
Get into the scene. Everybody's super nice.
Super
I mean,
cool.
sure, I'm sure in some level people are cliquey, as in anything that you do.
Yes, 100%.
I don't deal with it because I'm like, what the fuck? Get me on stage.
Fucking headbutt somebody with the hard
I'm
hat.
old, so I'm creepy. I'm old and creepy. I'll just bully my way on stage. But I pick my poison. I also fully believe in I want people to get better at their craft. But I mean, dude, it is like I did the math and I was just putting something together. And within Cleveland, in the course of a month, there are 11 shows that are gangbuster shows. We're talking about shows that are wall-to-wall people audience that are crazy. And within the course of that week, there are shows that like there's like 3 or 4 that you would kill to be on those shows. I mean,
Secret
when
Society,
I was starting,
Don't Tell. There's what's the
Bill
one
Squire's show over
Bill
at-
Squire does. There's one that Samantha. Or is it, I think Samantha's putting it together, or is it Cam?
not Secret
what's the
Society,
gospel?
but Snowflake
No,
comedy.
it's Snowflake, but there's the other one on the Wednesdays that just popped up. They just started creating that together. It has a green flyer. It's super fucking cool.
Mass.
Thank you so much. So Mass is up there. There's so many comedians in there that are doing so many different things, and it's so hard to pinpoint who the fuck is doing what. Like I know Pope is doing stuff. I know like there's so much cool shit over there.
It's really awesome.
And so for that, like being over there and learning about it and meeting all these great people and having you guys come on this podcast has been a fucking treat beyond belief. We want to do something new in this and take it around here because there's an hour to Cleveland, there's an hour to Toledo, and it's the Funny Bone, which sometimes has open mics, but it's not often. They do have them, but the Toledo scene's also dead, from what I've heard at least. Yeah. And then you go down to Columbus and Cincinnati, but that's 2.5 hours away. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to hone this area. We had comedy shows at the Moonshine Comedy Club when we were doing comedy shows, but we want to start opening up open mics and start having venues and areas in Fremont, Tiffin, Bowling Green.
That's brilliant.
Clyde.
And it's brilliant.
And creating a scene and an outlet, because there's so many people that I know in this room, and you didn't grow up around here, sadly, and you grew up an hour away. But like from us three in this area alone, there's so many people that could have been comedians because they were so fucking funny. I have a buddy I went to that would go over and sit on his front porch, and I would just tell him, make me laugh. Yeah. And he would just start ripping out jokes and stories.
He says he's not going to have me do the dance monkey dance. He goes over to his childhood friend.
I will say I was young. I'm young. Because he was so fucking funny, and I knew I could get a laugh. It's like watching TV. Like, the guy would legit just pull out jokes out of his pocket, and he didn't even have them wrote. So, like, seeing these people that had an opportunity that didn't necessarily have the outlet to grow that. Like, Fairy Tale wanted to be a comedian. When he got on the podcast, he said he wanted to be a comedian. So, what we're going to try and do is create a foundation scene in the middle of the pit to then grow so then everywhere around here can get some work in.
And here's why that's brilliant. I know why you call it that. And some of the greatest shows I've ever had have been in cities like we were talking about Fostoria. Mm-hmm. If you did something on a monthly basis, people still want to go to a live show.
100%.
I don't necessarily want to make a fucking weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like the beauty of comedy is it takes such a limited effort to put on a comedy show. You need sound, you need lighting, you need stage, you need stool. Oh, by the way, comedians.
Yeah.
And then if you do that right in the right space, you can create something that you could film.
Yep.
And then it's like, where did you film this set? Oh my God, it looks amazing. I filmed it on an iPhone Pro in Fostoria in the back of a speakeasy bar.
Yeah. Yep.
And you could do that. And it's like, those people still want to go to a live show. Live entertainment's bigger than it has ever been in the history of comedy. Take it from me. When I'm going to shows in Cleveland, I'm like, how are hot chicks showing up to a show on Thursday? Do you know how hard it was to get people to come to shows when I was starting? I was handing out literal paper flyers.
Yeah. The stories of in the past of how people had to do it back then, and now the outlet here is so much easier.
I started out with Bill. We were doing the same shit. We were begging family and friends to come to shows. We were doing it in basements of places that should have been condemned. Yeah. It's like you were going, and now with people still want that experience. They're just like, I don't want to leave I don't want to leave my hometown to go all the way to a major city to do that. But if you I mean, dude, I've played one of my favorite things to do now that makes me really fall back and it's like I did it like a show at a Elks Club in Lorain. Mm-hmm. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
And I roasted the shit out of the audience because they were looking at me like this. Like I owed them money.
You went to
and I was
Puerto
like,
Rico
dude,
and did a show.
I'm your best option, dude. What else were you going to do? You could have stayed home and watched all of comedy on Netflix. You came here and just started shitting, and they loved it. They just loved it because they were interacting. And you can do it. I think that's a tremendous idea.
Thank you. Genuinely, it's something that we wanted to do and we started doing. We had some issues with what we were doing with Moonshine Comedy Club. And so we stopped doing that, but we were doing it monthly. And the worst part is we weren't strategizing it properly. We were trying our best to get into the realm, but we were finishing a show. And then from that month to the next month, booking, planning, everything. From that month, we weren't booking ahead. We weren't doing all the stuff we needed to do. But the lowest seat count that we had was 65, I believe. Yeah. And like we were putting like these people were drinking, these people like the profits that'll come in for the places, all that stuff. It's a money hole. Yeah. The first night that we had the double one. I saw the numbers that they pulled in. I did not realize how much money could be made just off comedy and drinking alone. Yeah.
They made us special drinks for the comedians, and
you're welcome. That was a fucking idea that I had.
That's a great. The Roca sold out.
That's a great. Had a mixed a drink made after the comedian was such a fucking good.
Oh, it's such a good idea. In fact, I wanted to start a show. I'm so busy with this other thing I'm doing, but the thing that I wanted to do was like, because I'm a dude of a certain age, I'm like, I don't want to do shots. I wanted a whiskey to sponsor what we were doing so we could make old fashions for people, because that's my jam right now.
Hell yeah.
You know. And I like that. I love that idea. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's in the works. It's in the beginning process of it. We're gonna start shaking hands more than what we've already done, and start to get that around, because that is something that the main goal in all of this and everything in this realm is it was first off just to have an outlet just to fuck off and have fun with friends, but like. When we did this, we had a wiffle ball tournament in our hometown. We had comedy shows in the hometown. Golf scramble in a town that we're currently residing at right now. Like, there's so many different things that we're doing just for the hometown stuff to try and bring stuff in and to do that kind of deal. We want to just bring stuff here and we brought AJ Wilkerson, who is notched off by Bert Kreischer, who's a fucking God, dude is so funny. Yeah. And he traveled 5 hours to come to a small town just to shoot a podcast. And I was like, you guys don't realize.
He's a fucking sweetheart, too.
Dude, fucking gem. Yeah. He sat outside the first time we hung out and sat outside on my porch. We talked football and bullshitted for another 2 hours before we left. Yeah. I was like, these people that like you see on your phone and you're like, man, these guys are cool. And like, this is awesome. You don't realize that they're real people and that they will work with you and do stuff with you to help everybody in this realm. And it's the coolest shit to do that.
And so there's more opportunities now for that than there ever have been. And it's like, you know, you make the joke of like, it's I didn't realize when I first said I was going to do this, I didn't realize how far away from where I lived you with. It's not a big deal, but it's also like, you know, that opportunity didn't exist before. You couldn't just sit in a basement and then put your lives out and for everybody to digest. And now it's like, I mean, I did something in 2016 that Rustin. Did you meet the photographer? He does a lot of. Anyway,
I don't think we did.
Anyway, he put on something, and this is 2016. He rented all this. He rented all this equipment. And then he put on a comedy special. I didn't know it was a comedy special because my buddy Ramon didn't explain that to me. I thought it was just a comedy night. I get there and I see these like rigs and these like this crane camera and this like trained camera. And I'm like, oh my God, I would have come with better material. And he puts this thing together and he puts it out in 2016. And I told him there, and after a few beers and whatever, I was like, you know, comics will travel for no money to get a good tape.
Yep.
And that will be the currency. And that is the currency now. Is that like, dude, where can I set up my crane? Now you see at these comedy shows, everybody's filming themselves.
Yep.
Nobody did that shit when I started out. They would like have a little audio recorder, and that's only to listen to your tape. And now they're like, I got to get the next tape. I got to go viral with this next
Legit, that's another thing with what we are doing, which is then going to go to the next thing, which I don't want to air out quite too far
I like the ominous of it.
Because there is a project that's in the future that is we are so stoked about, and it's going to be so fucking fun. But it is also going to evolve around exactly that. Is just having everybody needs that moment. Everything's a viral moment now.
Yeah.
And so like Cam Patterson, dude was doing
rocks.
Dude
like,
was doing
that made
comedy.
his whole career.
Was just fucking off, and he goes, "I'm not retarded, but I like rocks." Now everybody knows that sentence from that man in particular, and then everybody gave him right. After that, his whole life changed because of Kill Tony.
He buys rocks from Lowe's and sells them at his shows.
Fantastic.
That's so smart. I didn't know that. That's so unbelievably smart.
It's insane. It is absolutely insane.
But that is kind of where the influence is going to be taken.
I did Kill Tony in 2015.
Excuse me?
no
Yeah,
shit.
I did. It was, but it was but it goes to prove you everything starts from something, and they've been working on that for so long, and like they
So
put in
long,
real work.
Yeah.
That's real work over a long period of time. And that was in the belly room of the Comedy Store. It was only comics who were waiting to sign up for the mic, and I signed up and went up. And I'm a professional comic. I knew how to be funny in a minute, and it was nothing uneventful. It was like, honestly, I don't even think you could find a clip of it if you look. If you did, hats off to you. It's probably really boring. They didn't even have a band. I think maybe it was somebody who was operating a sound.
Hell yeah.
And that was it. That was the beginning of that time. So
so
it's
cool.
really awesome to see that you can to see them do what they're doing it's an inspiration to keep going
Yeah.
and growing.
That's where the
Do you know Josh O'Brien?
I don't.
He worked at the Comedy Store for a little while. I'm not sure how long ago, but I know he runs like a podcast out of there or something like that.
Yeah,
now?
they have a
you're
podcast
talking
studio
about
in there.
Timeout Connection, that ordeal. I'm pretty
Maybe.
sure. Yeah.
Josh,
Van
I've known
Ness,
Josh for a little while, and
Yeah.
he was kind of one of the first people that I was like, can I pick your brain? Can you just tell me, what I need to do and stuff? So, yeah, I wanted to see if you knew him or not.
Let's get this blind ranking. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
Tech
outta
looks
here.
like they are fucking completely
Andrew
annoyed with
hates
this
sitting
right
on that
now.
chair for long periods of
These
time.
chairs definitely are not that good.
Well, we love you guys.
I mean, these chairs are.
Yeah. Much better than these ones. Bernie,
When we get the budget up, we gotta get Tech some chairs that's not killing their assholes.
right in time. Right in time. Bernie.
Oh, so we are doing the blind ranking of Cleveland sports athletes. So you don't know who the next comedian is, or the next Cleveland athlete is, and you got to rank them 1 through 10.
Okay, here we go.
Bernie.
Bernie Kosar.
I don't know. It just says
I mean,
Bernie.
he's Mount Rushmore, man. He's that's childhood. That's the stuff. I mean, he is he's 10 in my book.
Boy,
One's the
10
best.
is the worst.
10
Ten's
is the
the
worst.
worst?
1 is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, 1's the best.
You're putting 1 as the very first name that you hear?
You got to understand something, man. This guy, he didn't lose this. He didn't blow our chances at a Super Bowl.
I wrote this list strategically for this reason.
I'm going to go hard. So I can only
I don't
pick
know
a
who the
number
fuck
for
this
each
person
time.
even is.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. Now I get it. I'm going to go 1, and I'll say this. He was a elite quarterback.
100%.
He was an elite quarterback. We had a monster team, and we also went against one of the biggest monster teams, and it is not his fault we did not go to the Super Bowl.
100%.
No. So
100% agree.
Yeah.
Jarvis Laundry.
Jarvis Landry, that's good. I'm gonna go 4. It's a journeyman. He was a journeyman. We got him. That was great. Phenomenal. I wish he would have stayed, but I mean,
Culture changer.
yeah, for sure.
Big Z.
Big Z. That's a good one. I am going to go.
Zadrudas, right?
Judas
Yeah, that guy.
He's built like horse.
I like horse.
I like horse. He's good people.
I mean, not only was he like, he was way ahead of his time.
Oh, yeah.
So ahead of his time.
Big
He
man.
was a
Agile,
Clevelander.
big man.
Like he was no flash. Just could have. And by the way, looks like a lot of Clevelanders. A little taller than most. He just kind of looks like he could be in the background of many photos.
Yep.
I go 7. I mean, no. That's the opposite way, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 3.
There's so many high rankings. So fucking
He's coming out
high.
hot.
Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, Baker. First of all, I am a Baker bro. I've always been a Baker bro. Another crack in the fissure of this system as they tried to ruin this guy's career. I have not gotten an answer to this day. Did he play hurt knowingly, or did they push him out there so they could try to get the next best thing?
He said he played hurt knowingly, and he says he wish he would have got the surgery.
I really and it's not often when announcers from game to game go, he's throwing motions off. That's what's going on. I'm like, so maybe he gambled on stuff and he's a competitor. But I've been a Baker bro. One of the greatest Monday night performances of all time was when he played for the Rams and single-handedly won that game with 30 seconds of practice.
Carved up that defense.
Yeah.
Literally, it was. I lost my mind. I posted a reel about it, and I don't post reels. I was losing my shit. And God bless him, and I wish him the best.
He's getting paid now. He's earned it.
So we're gonna go 5. If LeBron James is on there, just put him at 2.
Jim Tomey.
God damn it,
Dude, this list is.
this hurts. I'll tell you why this one
Dude.
hurts, but it works. I'll tell you why Jim Tomey works is because God damn it, man, was he a pain in the ass in an at bat? Him and Travis Hafner, man, they would
fucking
suck
Hafner.
the life out of a pitcher. They just fucking. Travis Hafner would be up at bat. He'd have like fucking 25 pitches thrown at him. But Jim Tomey,
Pronk, dude.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go 7.
Dude, Pronkville was the sweetest shit.
Pronk was, dude. It was like a pitcher was like, God damn, I'm gonna lose about 30 of my pitches.
Good thing it's a hard hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's legit.
Is it hard to read? My handwriting is shit.
I want to give it a go.
Okay.
Webster, Slaughter,
Slaughter. Webster Slaughter.
Webster,
I'm
Slaughter.
more curious as if he couldn't read Slaughter.
Oh
or
no, I
you didn't
spelled
spell
slaughter
it.
right. My handwriting is that fucking bad.
It looks like SLA, like a U and a G put together, UTER.
That's not how you spell
That's not. No.
Probably how I'd spell slaughter.
You do
There should
look.
be an
You
H
do
in
look
there.
like you didn't know you were in a spelling bee till the day.
I look like I don't know. I'm in
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Blame it on my handwriting.
Slaughter, I'm gonna put a 10. He was great, but I mean, dude, Tech Mobile. I'm always throwing a fucking Webster Slaughter. Reggie Langhorne, come on,
Yep.
come on,
LeBron.
2. And I say that over Bernie because like Bernie, they let him go. He went to Dallas. He got a ring, but LeBron left. He left. He came back. He won a championship, but he still left. And that there were 2 great. I was at a bachelor party the day he went to Miami. The same day it ruined the bachelor party because we were in Cleveland because it was the shittiest bachelor party anyway. But everybody was just sitting there like, this fucking, it's over. Like we were just fucking. And then my friend's like, it's my bad. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Stop making this about you, you piece of shit. God damn it. Our economy just left. Fuck.
Yo, what a
Cleveland's
terrible,
going into a recession, dude.
What a terrible day to have that. Oh my God.
I was at work and I thought my lady was fucking with me because she texted me and was like, LeBron's leaving. He's going to Miami.
Yeah.
I'm making a McDouble at McDonald's. And I said, don't fucking play with me right now. She's like, no, I'm being serious. She sends a picture of the fucking TV and it says, taking his talents to South Beach. I crumbled up that whole order and started throwing it as hard as I could. And I'm like, I'll fucking quit right now.
Everybody's life.
I'm gonna start sending Matt texts like that. It's like fucking.
I'm gonna quit.
Deshaun Watson. He's starting this week.
Oh,
If you want to lose my friendship, go ahead.
Oh man, that would suck. Albert Bell.
That's my favorite Indian, dude. That's my favorite Indian. God damn it, if there wasn't a more psycho human being. I mean, he might have been one of those athletes that's a different person. I don't think so, because didn't he chase down children with Jeeps one time?
Yeah.
They're like, fucking psycho.
that.
I mean,
Fucking
dude,
psycho.
so many moments.
Dude,
The
he would
cork
get
bat thing, the fucking pointing at his bicep and say, cork this motherfucker. I mean, I've tried. There's an artist from Cleveland who does these original prints, and there's one of him doing that thing with like devil horns and like these eyes, and I've offered to buy the original from him because it's just he.
Yeah.
God, that dude was fucking scary,
Dude,
man.
he would take a fucking fastball to the back and say, I didn't get hit because he didn't want to go to first.
Yo, you know he threw a ball at
Oh, yeah.
somebody. His name. By the way, this is he would be out of the sport if he did this shit. Out of the fucking sport if he did this, he took a ball and somebody was calling it because he was an alcoholic and he hated his name. He changed his name to Albert from Joey, and some fan was in the outfield going, Joey, Joey, the whole fucking game. He takes the ball, throws it, hits him in the chest as fucking hard as he can. They send him to the minors for like a cup of coffee. That comes back up. You do that today, you're out of the sport entirely.
He had a cannon on him, and he would throw fucking
assaulted
dots.
him. Could have killed him.
Dude, he was a gorilla. He was a fucking gorilla at the plate, dude.
The truck at second base is my favorite video.
Oh, yeah.
So what am I left? What do I place him at?
6, 8, or 9.
Then I got to put him at 6. Damn, that was a good list. Good work.
Thank you.
You're screwed on the next 2.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to read the I know one of them.
I know them both.
Okay.
Francisco Lindor.
Oh, dude,
I was trying to think of a
Frankie.
ways to say him weird.
damn it! In the only World
hurts.
Series in the entire history of baseball where the Cleveland Indians are the enemy, or the evil doers keeping the fucking Chicago Cubs from the title, still kills me. One of the greatest World Series ever played, in my
Fucking
opinion.
by far.
goosebumps.
So good.
Rain
so
delay,
unbelievably good.
Conspiracy.
And
Conspiracy.
Fuck Aroldis Chapman. Dude.
I'm gonna I'm gonna
him.
put him at 9 because it. By the way, it can't fault the guy. He went to the Mets. He deserves a payday. He gets to get
paid.
it. He wasn't gonna get it from us.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Somebody you should have in this podcast who's a very funny comic. He opens for Jim Florentine. His name's Joe Howard. He's the biggest Cleveland Indians baseball fan I've ever met in my life, and he's got baseball stories that'll fucking floor you. But yeah, he even said to me, he's like, "Look, in baseball, I know it hurts. You can't pay one guy all that money. You
Yep.
can't do it." And
Yep.
I would
Unless
be
you're
like,
the
"What?"
Yankees.
But I'm like, "But the Guardians put together squads just on
They
draft day.
do.
Young
But
squad.
we're
Crazy.
never
Can't keep them."
We either have the fucking
Well, as soon as
bats.
they're like some of value, they're like, all right, go, you're free.
We either have the bats or we have the pitching. We never fucking have it in the same year, dude.
Yeah,
Bro,
always.
like last year, they didn't make anything at the trade deadline.
Now, who we got left?
You want to guess?
I don't know.
It
It's
could
kind of
be
tough.
anybody,
There's
dude.
a lot. It could be anybody.
Varejao.
Anderson,
Bears.
yeah. Oh boy, if
That
I would,
fro,
if that
dude.
would have come up, I mean,
Bro.
look, that hair proved one point that if you have hair, you can get a T. You can pick up a T. You can pick up an O foul. That hair is responsible for more offense. They fucking changed the rules because of the guy. They did, and that fucking piece of shit from Atlanta, same haircut.
Yep.
He leaves his hair long, and he does that shit anytime he
Yep.
goes up. What's his fucking Trae Young?
Yeah.
Trae Young. He does that shit all the time where he's like, oh, and that hair gets that extra motion. So like in the corner of an eye of a ref, they'll be like, oh,
He just got hit in the fucking
He got
face.
in the face. He's got 3 from the line from 3
Yep.
point.
I had no idea about that.
Oh yeah, he won't admit it because he's kind of balding. But that's
looks
why he
like
leaves
shit.
that hair. He's got the good motion.
No.
Damn, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Dalton, everybody.
Thank you.
Ryan
Thank
fucking
you.
Dalton.
Let's go Cavs. Go Tribe.
Phenomenal episode.
Cavs go guard.
Very fun time. Let these people know where they can find you on social media and all the other fun jazz. And where your upcoming shows are, all of that.
I have this way of booking where I just kind of like wait for people to reach out. I'm at that point. I just kind of stick around here. So I'll just see me around Cleveland. I'll pop into some stuff, and I'm going to be doing more shows throughout the summer because it's the summer of jokes. And you can find me on at the Ryan Dalton on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on at Ryan Dalton on X. If you're nasty. I don't have a website because I just was like, I don't want to pay for this anymore. Aren't there so many ways to get a hold of someone?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your opinion on websites? Should people have them anymore?
We do.
I mean, I had one. I just was like, what am I paying for that? You can find me on Instagram.
We haven't gotten much of it. It's just where we shop our merch whenever we had
Yeah,
merch.
I should probably get one, but I'm done with it. So yeah, I guess that and Twitter or X or whatever, and that's fine. And check out Formula Funcast.
Fuck yeah.
Streaming on
Funcast, baby.
Kick, streaming on Twitch, streaming on YouTube, streaming on X, anything where you can stream live on race days.
Fuck yeah, dude. Another round of applause, Ryan Dalton, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do anything that we wouldn't do,
Please do it all.
for this week, and we will catch you guys next week. Love you. Bye.
Shut up!